Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cryptic Heartland, episode number 97. Holy shit, we're almost there, dude.
97.
Almost there. As you can see, it's just Jason and I. Rother should be here in a little bit. I don't know about Dan. Dan had some stuff to do, and
No,
Jake had some stuff to do. So
it may just be the three of us tonight.
yeah, we're good
Right
though.
now, you're stuck with just two of us.
Sorry, you got the worst too. No, but before we begin here, make sure you like, subscribe to this channel. Hit notifications. That way, when we go live, you go live with us. Whether it be for the podcast, whether we go for an investigation, whether we're just going somewhere. You never know what we're gonna do, anytime, and place. So, and also too, make sure you hit that little bell up in the corner because that way you get notified. So, subscribe, please. Tell your friends. Tell somebody. I don't care. Just go up to
Spread
somebody.
the word.
But hey, make sure you stay 6 feet apart because that whole coronavirus thing going on. So I shouldn't joke about that shit because as soon as I joke about it, I'm gonna get that crap. So that's my luck. Anyways, that's my PSA for today, and that was Cryptic Heartland. Goodbye. Kidding, of course. So, what the hell's going on, Jason? It's Sunday, man.
Oh, coming
Weeks-
off of a busy weekend already.
Always, right? Never ends.
We just spent the weekend in Topeka
Yeah.
with Ghost Tours of Kansas.
Exactly.
Had us sold out. It was more people than I was expecting.
Good.
I mean, with everything that's happening
Right.
and going on, we had a sold out event. Kathy had an event next door, so she was running two events at the same time. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. We got to, of course, investigate Serendipity, then the clothing store next door, and the burrito place, and all that. Then,
Listening, sorry.
which is upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, and everything. It was pretty cool. I wouldn't say that I had any activity, really,
Really?
at all. But the guests that were with me were having activity
Good.
through the portal,
Nice.
dowsing rods. That seems to be like a pretty cool thing to experiment too.
Yeah.
We were gonna try and do Frank's box
Yeah.
session toward the end, but Kathy, when she says it's over, it's over.
That's all right.
So-
I mean, I'm not opposed to that just because of the fact that
Right.
it's like
Well,
we've been there,
right.
I mean, we let it go because we enjoy this. This is
Yeah.
what we do, and we could probably stay a little bit more organized on that too. But
Right.
such is life.
Right. So 11 o'clock we cut it.
Uh-huh.
Now I won't say that Dan didn't have any experiences.
Oh, yeah.
He did, but
Cool.
he's not here, so I'm not going to tell a story.
Hopefully he'll be able to come in. He said
I
he might be a
know.
little late.
Yeah.
I
so-
know Rose said he's gonna be a little late, possibly. So he'll be coming in.
But I think Dan had his first ever experience of something.
Anal
So,
probe.
I think so. It could be.
It's about damn
I
time.
don't-
I never had it. I'm just saying.
my mom watches this.
So does my mom.
I know.
So hi, moms. That's when every time I see her and I go back home, she's like, "I watch your show." I'm like, "Oh yeah," and she's, "You cost too much." I'm like, "No, I don't. That's Jason." Gotta blame somebody else,
Oh, the
even though it's
hell I
my
do,
voice. So such is life.
I know.
Yeah, but no, that's cool. Yeah, I remember when we went to Topeka a while back. I'm glad we have. I mean, it was a public investigation. It's always public. It's
Yeah.
been so far, but we were up in. I don't remember which part of it. If it was Serendipity upstairs, there's a part that's upstairs. It's used for a photo
Photo and
whatever.
apartments
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But we were walking up there, and I had a group of people with me, and we were just walking through, and all of a sudden, I don't remember what triggered it, but we heard something. We heard a girl's voice, and it wasn't just me hearing it. Thank God, because usually if I hear it, I'm like thinking, okay, is anybody else going to hear this? But some people are just afraid to speak sometimes, or they
Right.
don't realize what they're hearing is what it is. So I was like, did anybody just hear that voice? And like, a girl? Somebody said, I'm like, yes, that's the one. Cool. So it wasn't just me
Right.
hearing it; you heard it too.
Right.
So I like when they hear that. I couldn't understand what she said. It sounded young in nature, which
Right.
is surprising. I mean, just because, I don't know. It's always weird when you encounter certain things because is it truly a child spirit you're encountering or is it something else? I'm not saying in this case it was demonic or anything. It's just we've had cases and we've even seen things with doppelgangers and stuff. I mean, we've experienced them on our cases, alone, locally here. Going to a place and especially through like one of our spirit boxes or our recorders, we'll capture a voice that sounds like one of us. That's not us. because they're not even there. I mean, we had Roth, come through a recorder or a,
Right.
I think it was the SB7 one time, and it was like, Roth's not even here.
So how do you feel with the fact that, I mean, we do ask the spirits to actually use our equipment to come through to talk and everything.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's legit that they're
Yeah,
doing it and stuff like that? So
I do.
when it comes to like a recording, say we caught something, we're listening to it, then you go home and you re-listen to it and you're playing it out loud.
Right.
Do you think that causes an effect inside your home or where you're at too? Because of the fact that I don't know, it's the spirit's energy
Sure.
that you're hearing.
Right.
Would they attach themselves to you?
I mean,
Or they hear themselves and be like, oh, hey, I don't know.
it's hard to say. I mean, are they limited to that location only?
Right.
I mean, can they move through
Yeah.
whatever interdimensionals, whatever we'll say, or is
I-
it something like you said attached to you? I mean, who knows? There's no really concrete science on that's been discovered. I think once that gets figured out, that's going to blow everything that we do wide open. And it also may limit us. Us.
I feel like they're everywhere, can use anything.
Uh-huh.
We know that
Oh, sure.
from even our walkie-talkies. Callahan.
Right.
He even had that on TV when he did that episode that he did going back, and he was with JL.
Right.
They had that going on.
Sure.
We've had it happen.
Yeah,
where
multiple
spirits
times.
are talking through walkie-talkies, and
Yeah.
we could have 3 of them together and only one walkie that's on the same signal as the other
Always,
two,
right.
and you hear a voice. So
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And how do they manipulate which ones and
Right.
why or how, whatever? Like I said, yeah, I don't know because we played last week on the episode with Callahan, like you said, the walkie-talkie incident. I could play it again here if we needed to, but just him and Jeremiah were down there, in
Right.
Oklahoma, and this distressed voice came through saying, "Help me," and it's just
Right.
like, how's that happen? Well, then we had the podcast, our 50th, show back at our location we go to, and we were getting action with the child spirit that we were hearing on one end, that the guys at the other end of the building couldn't hear, who were actually investigating at the time while we were just still broadcasting,
Right.
and vice versa. They were getting a spirit, the same child spirit, saying different things to them. It was just bizarre how it can manipulate one end and not the other, and vice versa. It's like, is she zipping up and down between multiple floors to come talk to us, and then zipping right back up there, or is it?
They're just
Is
projecting.
what?
Just
I mean,
projecting
it was
themselves.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because that was our favorite thing, with the song, that we heard,
Right.
and I still can't figure out to this day why that happened, but we had it plugged into the board, soundboard. We had it going live out on the airwaves, and people heard it because everybody was like freaking out with us during the moment we heard
Right.
that little girl singing.
Right.
And then we go back, and it's not anywhere. It's not on any of the feeds that get uploaded afterwards. The Facebook feed wasn't there. I've watched
Right.
the YouTube feed. I've watched our own personal feeds, and nothing's there. Nowhere, anywhere is this child's voice singing to us. You hear us react, in real time, but it's just
Right.
like, what in the hell? Where's this voice at?
I even held the walkie up to my microphone
Right.
on the podcast because she was talking.
It's just it's
and
frustrating.
for some reason she doesn't pick up.
Right. Sorry, I'm just kind of watching things, trying
Yeah.
to watch the chat line at the same time. Yeah, I don't get it, man.
So what got me to the thinking about all of our equipment and everything we do with catching a voice and what we ask is back in El Dorado a couple weeks ago
Oh, right.
when I was talking to the spirit, whether it was a 42-year-old or an 8-year-old, which I'm pretty sure it was one and the same.
Sure.
When I asked, hey, you can communicate, where are you and how are you communicating to us? And the spirit even said, I'm talking to you through the radio.
Right.
I said, so you're talking to us through the radio? That's amazing. And the spirit actually says, I didn't know we could do that.
Huh. Nice.
And this is all done through the Frank's Box session.
Right.
So, I have to believe that is true. I have to go on, based on what Jake was doing.
Right.
And I do trust him.
Right.
He was only saying what he was hearing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
to hear that statement, I didn't know we could do that.
Sure.
So,
It's crazy.
yeah, so spirits must not really truly know how to communicate all the time. Maybe some do.
Sure.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Or they're just talking, thinking that we're picking them up and anything like
Well,
that.
see, and that's why, and if you ever pay attention, you may know, like when we're on a location and we have a special guest walking in here.
The one, the only.
It's nobody
Any
new.
resemblance?
He's just special. He's not really new. He's just special. No, anyways, welcome, Roth.
Hey, thanks, guys. Sorry about the wait.
No, you're good.
Nah, no worries. We told everybody you would be just a few minutes late.
I tried. Doggone it.
No, what I was gonna say was we. That's why when we're on location, I always,
Yeah.
especially if we're talking to somebody from who knows how long ago, I always
Right.
make it a point to say, hey, what I have in my hand is not gonna hurt you. It's just a little radio. That's all it is.
Right.
A modified radio that will let you hear yourself talk come through this. Inviting it because they don't know what we have in our hands and. They don't know how to maybe necessarily manipulate that machine, so that's why I always make it a point to kind of just give them like a layout.
Right.
We're not here to make you leave. We're just here to. We were asked by the client to come in and talk to you, so.
Which I've always forgotten to do that during most investigations, to actually point out what we have and
Sure.
stuff like that. I mean,
Well, there's too much going
if
on.
they're there and they're watching us set up,
Right.
it's one thing.
Right.
So, take El Dorado.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like the spirit was already watching us from afar, from outside. 'Cause
Right.
You saw it at the very beginning.
In El Dorado. He's it's a little slow.
but from that point on, we were setting up all the equipment, the cameras, all that.
Right.
And then finally had to remind myself later on that night, hey, we've got these little red lights that you
Right.
see here and here,
Sure.
You can go over to them, light it up,
Yep.
squeeze it, touch it, whatever you want. It sounds bad talking out loud in the dark room, but
Yeah.
but or just go closer to it. Just
Right.
speak to us, And sure enough, it was happening. So
Exactly.
and I had to do that, Friday night in Topeka, too. I had to remind myself, Jason, point out everything to everybody, not just your clients that night, but to the
Sure.
spirits that are there.
Yeah.
So
Well, kind of going on like you were talking about, just the whole phenomenon of even talking through them through devices and stuff. I've always tried different experiences or experiments. Excuse me, not experiences. Where I always like to try to see if they can hear my thoughts, and it seems like it's happened a couple of occasions when I've actually thought about it and doing so. Well, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask this thing to knock or whatever, and all of a sudden before I can get the words out, and you probably heard me say it before. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, I haven't asked you yet, and it's like because I'm trying to communicate it
Right.
through my thoughts before I even do it. So I don't know if they can connect with us that way too. Which, why not? I mean, supposedly they can come through our dreams allegedly.
Right.
I mean, some people have had experiences that way.
Lena said that.
Yeah.
She talks about that.
Mm-hmm.
Inviting them to come in
Sure.
and stuff. So
Yeah, which I could see that. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I've had my own experiences that way too, and
right.
I mean, it's kind of what ESP is also too. Where you can think something whatever, and then it happens. Now, some of that stuff you can create by thinking,
Right.
the worst, and then it does happen. You can will it, supposedly. That's another thing, but
So if I want to will the lottery,
it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Man, I've been trying for years.
I know.
So I'm trying to will that winning ticket that I don't ever play. So
Oh, I know. You gotta.
They don't
you
just
gotta
give
play
it away,
to,
man,
Gotta play
so.
to win,
yeah, but
But
no, we were kind of going back. What do you think about the whole doppelganger phenomenon? We've had it. We experienced it. We talked
Right.
about it about Talcott.
so, are you talking like the actual doppelganger, where it's like representing like you walk through the door, even though
Right.
you're sitting right here,
Right.
or mimicking voices, and
All
stuff
of it.
like that?
I mean, both. I mean, whether it be in the physical being sense or
Yeah.
if it's a.
We've
a voice.
heard on multiple occasions our
Yeah.
own teammates or friends,
Yeah.
talking out loud or something, and then come to find out that wasn't them.
Right.
They weren't even there or
Or
present
below
in
us.
that moment.
Yeah, they're like when we talked about Michelle being down below us on
Right.
that she couldn't make up the stairs, so she was
Right.
standing at the bottom of the stairs, and we were right above her, and
Right.
we could hear her voice asking for, was she screaming for help or something, whatever? Or,
It screamed out, "Help me!"
yeah, and we're like, Michelle, you all right? Because I remember we ran to the
I thought she
staircase.
fell or something,
Yeah.
so I ran, you ran,
Yep.
and then she had to holler up and say, "That wasn't me." And I'm
But I
like,
heard it.
"Oh,
and her voice, even her pitch in her voice was different than what we heard. So
Right.
was it? Well, and this
Right.
is the same place we talked about with Roth not being there, and it mimicked
Right.
his voice to the spirit box. You know, we could hear it plain
Right.
as day. I was like, that sounds like Roth.
Yeah.
So it's like, how? He's not here.
That is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just like
sorry,
the
who are you?
investigation that we did a couple weekends ago, you know,
Yeah.
in El Dorado.
Yeah.
One of the situations that the daughter had ran into was she was at the. Do you remember where the dining room table was?
Yeah, oh yeah.
She was in there doing some homework,
Oh,
and somebody was like knocking at the door or standing at the door that had the same curly hair as her mom. And if you
Oh,
remember
wow.
the lady, she's got some serious natural spiral permed
Yeah.
hair
Yeah.
and blonde. And she said she looked up like, why is mom sitting at the front door? Because
Right.
when she comes home, she always goes through parks her car in the garage and comes in through the garage door.
Sure.
And she's still standing there. And she said she remembered getting frustrated, like, okay, fine, I'll get up. So she got up and went to the front door and was gone. And then she's like, what the heck? And her mom wasn't even there. But she said she had mentioned something about the
Right.
doppelganger
Right.
because she swore up and down it looked just like her mom sitting there at the
Well,
door.
I mean, think about it. That the spirit there at that place, in my opinion, is mimicking an adult and a child. So why not mimic somebody in the house?
Yeah.
Maybe to gain more.
Their trust.
More
or-
trust.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Even though spirit may not understand that it's freaking the hell out of them.
Sure.
But I don't know.
Well, I encountered after several years of this, when you guys had that communication going with the box, phenomenal. How that was. Jake was actually answering you
Right.
back.
Right, and that's what I was mentioning to him earlier, right as you were coming in, when it appeared to be a child coming through talking, because Jake even stops and says, "Now it's a child's voice talking to me," and then he goes back with the headphones, and when I said, "Okay, so you're talking to us through the radio, correct?" He goes, "Yeah, I am. I didn't know we could do that." And the voice said that, and Jake
that was-
replied,
yeah.
and I was thinking, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, because I think you were saying, you can, like he was talking to you or communicating. You were like, what? And didn't it actually say radio?
Yeah.
It actually
it
said
"No,
radio.
I'm
It
talking
said-
to you through the radio."
It actually said, I'm talking to you through the radio.
which I didn't know I could do that.
Which that happened the week after in Delano, remember, with the door incident.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking where you at, and you were there with me. Roth, you remember you and Andy and I were standing there in that doorway, or you were outside the doorway. I was just standing there, and we're asking, where you at? Are you here to this elderly person or an older man? We think we're not sure. I think it's just old, not elderly, but older. Excuse me. And I'm asking, where you at? And you hear it come through. It goes radio, and it's a different voice, But then this guy was known to be a little stubborn, and next thing I know, I'm getting hit with the door. It's like
Right.
the door handle hits me from behind. It's like, whoa, what the hell
which
is
we
that?
caught that on camera too.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's bizarre.
And
I mean,
he gets thrown with a rock, and
yeah, that's
That's right.
Yeah, and that piece of
One that hit
concrete.
me in
Yeah,
the wrist.
yeah, we all heard it, and,
Yep.
and it's just like when Jason finds it, it's this piece of concrete, So it's just like,
which funny story is that like the next day, or not the next day because that was Saturday. So Monday, I always take a couple of rocks that I bought from the stone store, and I put
Sure.
them in my pocket and everything. And I grabbed, because I kept the rock that hit you.
oh right,
I kept it and I put it in my pocket as I'm going to work too. It's just a piece of concrete,
Interesting. Why
Yeah.
did you do that?
I don't know. And the entire day at work felt like shit. I didn't really want to eat. I was moody, and I just kind of sat there at work. And I'm at work, and I don't want to ever be at work, so I'm already moody. But
Nice.
I just didn't feel like me. I just kind of felt lethargic the whole time,
right,
and thinking like, God, I hope I'm not getting sick. And then I finally dawned on me, it's like, I've got that rock in my
Oh,
pocket,
really?
you know. So, you know, I got home, I took it out, and I tossed it. I threw it away.
Did you?
Yeah. So, yeah, I threw it in my neighbor's yard.
And they call the cops on me. I'm just kidding. No, that's something unrelated.
Well, and
but-
something else that I found interesting too that I haven't experienced a lot with us being, you know, out there in El Dorado. When it came across, because it said "know you," or I can't, don't quote me on these words,
I'm
but
quoting
it
you.
said something like, you know, I saw you, and Jason's going, "What do you mean you saw? Like
Oh,
where?"
right.
And he goes, "Along the woods." And
Yeah.
we all just looked at each other like,
that's
"Oh
right.
my god!" Because
Yeah.
we just got done walking
Yeah.
Sure.
on the tree line.
So it was legitimate communication because
Right.
I mean, because you saw it earlier
Mhm.
before we investigated, but then Jake, as he's standing out there and it's dark out and we're just out there by the tree line, you know, Jake turned around and he saw the figure,
Right.
and Jake's like, I just freaking saw a spirit of just a shadow figure that like poked around from the pole and then started walking off and faded off toward the house.
Right.
And again, you know, it's watching us. It was curious of us.
And it was in the
so-
same spot that I had seen it.
Yeah, so, which is the same area that her daughter sees it. So,
Right.
you know, I don't know. When it comes to like communicating through the equipment, it's so weird. You know, I think about how a lot of it can be manipulated.
Yeah, but some of the stuff we've encountered, I don't see how.
Well,
And
I'm
gonna
talking
show some
like-
stuff here in just a few minutes.
I'm talking like K2 stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Simple
that
things
stuff
like that.
for sure can. I mean, we know how with
yeah.
the cell phone. Which when we're on location, we always make sure our cell phones are put away or on
Yeah.
airplane mode or out of the sight. That way we don't.
Unless I'm filming.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Then if that's the case, I try not to get too close to K2 because
Right. I try to back off from everybody.
we know that's going to be an issue.
And I'm straightforward when I'm doing an event. I'm honest with everybody. I'm like, I'm going live. This is going to affect some of the equipment, so I will just kind of. That's why I tried to tell them at the very beginning. This is all on you guys. You're the paying
Right.
guests. You guys do the event. You know,
exactly.
we're here to help. Loan the equipment out, and let's have some fun. So.
Definitely. So I'm just trying to get some stuff on the scenes pulled up here. I want to go over some of the stuff we were just talking about. We have some stuff to show you guys, some videos and things that kind of
Right.
show some of this stuff happening. Give me 1 second here while I
No problem.
get all this together.
So you missed out on Topeka though.
How was it?
It was good. It was very good. Yeah. It was we'll just kind of talk while he gets everything together. We got to do the same thing we did last time, you know.
Speakeasy.
Didn't see anybody like you saw last time before the event.
Oh, did you know?
no, I promise you we didn't.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I was thinking something else. Sorry. That's funny.
Yeah. So, inside joke for everybody. Sorry.
Yeah.
We did the same locations as last time, but as soon as it was over, Kathy took just us over to the tattoo parlor and Studio 62, I believe, and we split it off. So we kind of did a divide and conquer. Did it for about 45 minutes, you know, and then done. Then we hung out and talked for like another hour and a half. But
That happens.
and, you know, the tattoo parlor, it was maybe a little bit of activity through Kathy was doing the spirit board,
Right.
you know, which either believe it or not believe it, I don't know. She was getting a name.
Yeah. I don't
She
know.
got a name that was more Native American.
Yeah.
Because Danny came over and he looked it up and stuff. And he goes, yeah, it's more of a Irish and stuff name, but I know.
I have a hard time with it only because it's a pendulum and if my hand's real steady or not. I mean, I've watched
Yeah.
it been done, not necessarily by her. I mean, I've seen her do it too.
Right.
I've seen other people do something similar, and can I manipulate that because my hand's shaking, you know, and I can guide it? Or can it be, once again, will? Can I will it
Your
to make my
mind.
hand move? Okay, with Ouija boards, this is kind of similar.
Right.
Allegedly, Ouija boards are something, whether you feel them move and all that stuff, and you say, well, I'm not moving it. and then you come across a name. Supposedly, sometimes they say that it's the power of suggestion. That's how you got a name. Like, oh, an uncle just died in a car accident. Like, well, that was my uncle. Whatever, Gary recently. It's like 'cause you're thinking about it subconsciously.
I was thinking Gary too.
Seriously?
You said
That's
Gary.
I mean, subconsciously, you don't realize you do that. Well, see,
That
it's
was
just
weird.
like that.
That was
Now,
weird.
I
have you had
was
a Ouija
not
board?
thinking Gary.
Have you had a Ouija board doing that right now? Who knows if it came up with the name Gary? I mean, possibly, 'cause we're
Could
both
be.
thinking it.
That was so weird.
That is weird.
I was about ready to blurt out my Uncle Gary, and then you're like, Gary.
I don't know why Gary.
I don't know.
I don't have an Uncle Gary, so.
Do I?
I don't know, do you?
I don't know. Cousin,
Yeah.
maybe.
But we're going to show a couple of things here. And some of these that we may have shown or not years ago, but on the podcast before. But I'm going to go ahead and show just again here. Give us a second here. I'm going to get them queued up, and then we'll let you see it. This is something talking about power suggestion, or maybe something manipulating or using our devices to talk through. This one I'm going to set up first is the time we were at a house here in Wichita, and may or may not have been demonic. I don't know. We still up for debate for it, and one of our equipment gets manipulated, and we'll talk about it here in just a second. 1 second here. I'm going to cue it up here.
Okay.
Play it, and we'll be good to go. Are you a demon?
Oh boy. Okay.
The fuck was that?
What was that? Say that again.
Did I say yes?
That
I heard
was
yes.
real low, probably. Are you? Why does this flip on us?
The fuck?
What is going on? That's getting manipulated by something. I said maybe,
oh my
maybe
God,
not.
maybe not. It just texted us.
I heard it.
Did you catch that?
I
we
hope
both
so.
did.
I
We
hope
both did.
so.
Are you a demon? The fuck was that?
What was that? Say that again.
Did I say yes?
That
I
was
heard yes.
real low, probably.
Yes.
Are you? Why does this flip on us?
The fuck?
What is going on? That's getting manipulated by something. I said maybe,
oh my
maybe
God,
not.
maybe not. It just.
So we're back live. So that was the time, like I said, we were in a private location in Wichita, and
I remember
you
that.
can see we're all. This went out live on the airways during Facebook.
Yeah.
We had the thing going.
Anybody can go back and watch the
Yeah.
entire investigation.
Yeah,
too.
we did a whole investigation, and that, like I said, that house was pretty bizarre. We countered something that may or not been demonic, but I was chasing something around the whole underground, like the whole basement. It would run from me basically. It would never sit still with me. So I could see where it came from, like this hole underneath the stairs that had natural earth exposed. But this is towards the end of the evening, and we're sitting there and just talking. And luckily, all of us were in the room at the time, because before some of us weren't there. I think you guys were outside. You, Roth, and
Right.
the owner were outside in the garage in the early parts
Right.
when things were getting kind of weird. But you guys came down for this part, except for the owner didn't.
No, he never came down to really hang
No.
out with us. He
No.
said he just wanted us to do our thing.
Right.
But he did describe what he had
Yeah.
been seeing.
Which you didn't know we were seeing at the same
Did
time.
not know that, because I kind of, how he was describing it, I was thinking, nah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's something you made
Whatever,
up.
you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Because, I don't know, I have yet, in 15 years or so, 16 years of, diving into all this stuff, I've
Mhm.
never seen anything like that in my life.
Right.
Until there.
Yeah. So what that clip was, like I said, we were just using the portal, and that was the phone we used it through. So we were getting some responses, but some intelligent responses. Now the thing with the portal is this thing. It sounds weird. It sounds demonic in itself, but it's not. It's basically, I want to say it's in German, most of it, and it's being played backwards. Like everything you're hearing is backwards. So that's why it sounds so scary. But when something talks through it, you'll hear it forward. And we've heard things through English. We've had our names called through it. We've had different things happen.
Each one of us have had
Mhm.
our names called. You two especially have your names called through it
More.
when you're not around.
Yeah, lately especially.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's like whoever is talking is wanting the two of you to either be there and talk,
Right. Or
but
yeah,
they're calling you both out.
exactly.
You bunch of slackers who never show.
But
Just kidding.
no, but anyways, this thing we're asking questions. You hear us asking, "Are you a demon?" Whatever, and it says, but real auto growl comes through. Goes, yes, kind of real like we're like,
Right.
what the hell? And when we sat there, I think we were all astonished with what we were hearing. And we go, did I just say yes? And I think you said, yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. And Rose says, yeah, I hear it too. Well, then we were sitting there, and I asked another question. I can't remember what it was. I should know this, but. And then all of a sudden, the thing flips on. The screen flips on his Jeremiah's phone. And you have to physically go into another screen, make that thing. That's Google Assistant popping
Right.
up. Well, it popped up on his own and starts typing it out.
Which none of us even said Google out loud.
No, nobody said anything about anything. But
No.
this thing types out maybe, maybe not when it responds to, are you a demon? It's a
And it
female
says it.
voice.
It says it out loud.
I know.
Maybe not.
That's what's awesome. That's what makes it so cool because you have different voices coming through, and it's just bizarre. I couldn't believe that when it happened. I was just like, holy shit.
And leading up to that, we were seeing like what looked like something small running
Right.
around the property or the basement.
Pull that up. Not what we actually saw.
I just
but-
remember standing next to you, and you were staring back at the far back end, kind of where there's a bed back there in
Uh-huh.
a separate room, but you can see through there, and it was just a curtain
Right.
blocking it, making a makeshift room. And it had eye shine, like we
yeah.
were shining our flashlights back there, and there was eye shine looking right back at us.
Right.
And it looked like it was standing on the bed. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't know
So
what caught my eye,
we
but
took
I
a
just saw
couple
it.
steps forward, and
Right.
it like almost jumped down and ran.
Yep.
Well, and the way that he had his room set up, remember, by all the
Curtains.
blankets and
yeah.
sheets,
Yeah.
and some of those sheets were cut down the middle,
Right.
remember? And you would
Yeah.
see the sheets just open up and then they'd close. And
Yeah.
there'd be
Oh,
nobody
that's
there.
right.
You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Because I think it was that time we were in the room that he had a couch in, and you had walked in there, and about 2 seconds later, it just went.
Right. Because I was even thinking, okay, maybe I just did that, or whatever. Because we produce wind by doing stuff like that. But
I know, it's crazy how they can just manipulate the equipment like that.
Yep. I'm gonna put on the screen here. This is I know this is from a movie. It is what it is. Let me get this out.
Everybody knows this one.
Trying to get it better. They can't see it quite yet, but I'll get it here in just a second.
But it does kind of represent, in a way, what he describes he was seeing. Now, what he was
Right.
seeing was walking on two legs, but the features and stuff is kind of what he described and what you all were seeing.
Exactly. Give me a
So,
second here.
he's being picky.
Yep, I am. Gotta let that free branding. Alright, here we go. So this is what we saw. This is from Ghostbusters, obviously. This is Zool. And this is that little demonic looking gremlin dog, whatever you want to call him. Gargoyle? I don't know what he is. Not a gargoyle.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
it was
know,
kind of like it was inside the statues of
Yeah.
the gargoyle.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
And then broke out.
Yeah. Well, this is what we experienced down there. And I'm like, what the hell am I looking at? Because it looks like a little dog running around. And, not little, but little enough.
Right.
About as tall as my kneecap, whatever. And
Right. Except it was running on two legs.
yeah, and it kept running around the room. Like opposite. I would actually try to chase it to the other room, and it would go the opposite
Right.
way. Which I don't understand, because this thing is what it is. But why would it run for me? Of all people,
was
if
just-
anything, it should come after me. I should be running. In theory.
It was just watching all of us, but
Yeah.
he says it does that with him.
Yeah.
It would just sit there on the couch and watch him because he'd be
Right.
on the computer downstairs and he'd look over and just see the figure sitting there
Yep.
watching him.
Yep. And if I wouldn't have saw it with my own eyes, I would never have believed it. I'm like, yeah, like you outside in the garage at the time hearing the
Right,
story, you're like,
I
yeah,
know.
okay, whatever, dude.
He's describing what it looks to him and I, and I'm
And
thinking in my head, I'm just rolling my eyes.
We're
going,
saying
"Yeah."
this, and I
Now,
go ahead, sorry.
then
I
I-
was
then I
gonna
feel
say
like-
I had set up motion detectors down there
Yeah.
too, and this thing was tripping these things. Triggering
Yeah.
them, left and right, and
Well, and remember the
Hell.
broom that flew past
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Cody, and I
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the air? Just
and I watched the footage of that recently because I'm gonna try to pull that footage to show,
Uh-huh.
and I can't remember if I'm looking the wrong way. I think so. I didn't see it. We hear it.
I didn't think you
I panned
saw it.
over. No, I started to walk away to go look at something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I hear it out of the corner of my eye. I see movement, so I look back right away, and you and Cody and Jason are like, holy shit, that broom just, I think it was Cody the one.
Yeah,
you know,
it
that
just-
broom handle just fell over.
It was like right leaning up against the wall, and
Yeah.
it like up and over and fell over.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's just like, this place was so weird. And it never dawned upon me this whole time when all this stuff was going on until that session I showed a minute ago with the, you know, the phone, that what we were up against possibly. And then that's when I cut it off, because I was like, this is one of our first real cases of this possible thing happening. I don't know if we're ready, prepared mentally, physically, or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's cut this off for tonight, especially the Facebook feed.
Right.
And we reconvened and talked about it off air and just said, what do we want to do, guys? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what could happen, you know, this thing could possess one of us or whatever.
So that's an interesting statement that you made just a few minutes ago where, and I know you need to get back to this, but when you said, you know, by looking at that picture, I should be scared.
Yeah, right.
Why is this thing running? You know, there were some other people there, and I won't name names, that, you know, that we were talking with, and one of the things that was spoken to us was, you need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You're messing with something that is not going to go away,
Right.
and you're in danger, basically, right?
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
you've got a good question on that. Why, if there is something that is bad like that,
Mm-hmm.
why hasn't it done something other than run away from us?
Well, it ran away from us, but for him, it's affecting his livelihood. He's
Right.
the one that's, you know, having whatever, bad mood swings, or, you know, just, without giving too much details, I mean, he's having a rough go at life, basically.
Well, you have all of us coming in, you know, never been there before. We're going down, we have all this equipment.
Sure.
Don't know if that has any effect to anything in that kind of,
Mm-hmm.
you know, otherworldly manner.
Because to
but-
me, you're going in there, he knows we're there for the reason that is
Right.
not good. But instead, and you could physically see the curtains move,
Right.
and he was running from us.
See the eye shine on
But
him.
when you're something like that, and we don't know, maybe if it's not, but if it, I mean, fight back. Why did it not fight back at? That's my. You see it in the movies, you see it, and and I always sit there and make statements and go, I think we'll be fine until that day that I get dragged down the hallway and the door slams. Right?
I hope so.
I hope, yeah, right. So
Make sure my camera.
when you have something that's evil like that, that was there.
Yeah.
Why not do something other than kick a broom over?
I don't
Man,
know.
And I know we don't.
Clue.
It may have just been trying to go past us,
Mm-hmm.
and it brushed it or threw it past us. Who knows? Maybe it's just maybe it was just too weak to do anything else.
Could be. Maybe it wasn't. We weren't his intended victims either.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
The guy was, and he wasn't anywhere near us. He was outside, on the property, and
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe that's how it gets its strength. It's from him. Maybe it's an attachment. Maybe it's something. I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen that like that before than in that case,
Right.
to my knowledge. I mean, I don't know how many cases we've done. I need to go back and count one of these years and see how many we've done. We've done easily hundreds, if not more. I mean,
Yeah.
but, I have no clue. That's a great question. I don't know, but it does puzzle me to this day why.
Yeah, because
I
you
mean-
guys have almost 17 years, or at least, and nothing like that has ever. I know we've been in situations you guys have where you're like, okay, that's not cool, we're
Right.
done. But nothing, and we all hope that one day something maybe a little bit like that maybe gets experienced, and you don't want to call
Right.
it out, but
Right.
it hasn't. And so when people sit here and go, oh man, it's demonic, it's this, it's that,
Yeah.
it's crazy, it's going to hurt you, it's not even close.
Right.
Yeah, everybody thinks everything's demonic because they're living it. We're not living it.
Yeah.
We have to go home and at the end of the night, and that's why I always tell people, you'll never see us provoking per se. I mean, like you do on the shows on TV, because shows on TV are for entertainment value. It is what it is. We're there to help the client. We're here to help solve what their fears are. What is this thing I'm seeing? What am I experiencing? Am I crazy for even thinking this? Is it really happening? Kind of a thing.
Right.
But I lost my train of thought. Holy shit.
And back to you, Bob.
I know, right? I just lost my train of thought. But
You don't provoke and stuff like that.
well, yeah,
yes,
but I
sir.
don't remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I don't remember honestly. Oh god. Sorry, I'm going on lack of sleep. I have no clue. Wow.
All right.
No, you're fine.
I've never seen that happen.
Shit. Regardless, I mean, it's like I said, it's not. Shush. It's not like like I said, it's not out there for us. Probably, maybe that's why. I just don't know. I mean, hard to say why it occurred that way, but I don't know. But this is a time I was talking about before too, when we were not. I mean, I wasn't really provoking. I was just asking the questions, going back to the radio. This is
Right.
the door handling thing hit me. I still don't know if it was real or not. I can't tell. I know I kind of start to move slightly. I don't know.
The thing is, I know the door is completely pushed up against
Right.
the wall. Because I went in there to set up a camera, which is
Right.
the camera that caught this.
Sure.
But somehow, and you don't really step back into
Right.
the wall or at the door or anything, but it appears to be up against you at one point.
Yeah, and I'm usually very what's
Right.
the word? Cognizant, of my surroundings.
Right.
That way I don't give off something false.
Right.
So I knew when I walked into the room. There's a bed in front of me, a massage bed, and
Right.
I'm avoiding that, and I'm not standing by the doorway. But I don't know. I kind of flinch a little bit, so I can't tell if that's me moving and hitting the door. But I don't go back. I go to the side. So.
Right. You go to the side.
And another thing that doesn't explain what the thing on the wall is. There's a white mist shortly after that.
As soon as it happens, as
appears.
soon as you spin around, you'll see like an anomaly shoot
Right.
toward the camera itself.
Right. So let me get this pointed here for the peeps at home, and we'll.
And Corey's the one who caught that.
Yeah. I didn't see the white mist.
Great job, Corey.
I just saw the video. I'm like, holy shit! I just saw the thing that happened. I was like, oh, Corey got that because
Yeah.
I have no clue.
She went back and cut that immediately.
I'm glad.
Radio. You're on the radio? What radio? Oh shit. That's from the city from behind. You feel that? Door hit me. Radio. You're on the radio? What radio? Oh shit. That's from the city from behind. You feel that? Door hit me. Radio. You're on the radio? What radio? Oh shit. That's from the city from behind. You feel that? Door hit me.
Oh no.
Okay, so you see in that video, that's from a couple weeks ago. At the very beginning, it's a high pitched, almost that in the video. It almost sounds female. I swear during the talk when it was happening, it was more of a male voice. But you hear it go radio, and that's why I go radio. You're on the radio.
Right.
What radio? No one will. I have a radio in my hand. I know that, but I'm asking this thing. Where are you at? What are you? Are you truly in the radio? And then on a second later, you see me start to shift to my left. I think it is a rock kind of back and forward, but
You don't go back. You
No,
just go straight to your side and
and the
spin.
door just hits me from behind, and that's when I jolt. I'm like, oh shit, because I mean, it hit me in a weird spot. So I was like, whoa, hey, in the middle of my back. I'm like, holy crap,
Right.
that kind of hurt a little bit. But and then the mist is right after. Shortly shoots out from the door up to the ceiling in the middle of the screen. I don't think you can see the mist on that very well, but yeah, I have no clue.
And I even went back to check the door, and it's on carpet, so you actually have to
Oh, is
pull
it?
Yeah, it's carpet down there,
I
so
don't
you
remember
gotta
that,
actually.
see?
I made sure I went to go look,
Wow.
and you have to pull it,
Yeah.
and because it's kind of stuck on the carpet a little bit,
Yeah.
so you have to forcibly do that.
And see, I'll tell you right now, I would never had that reaction had it not. It had some force behind it because if it just hits me, I'm like, oh shit, the door just hit me. You know, I'd have been like, and I like jump back because it didn't startle me. Just like, what the hell? Something just hit me, and because I felt the punch like it was like a round square in the middle of my back. I'm like, ow. So that was bizarre, and like I said, it was talking to us right before that,
and it even said radio.
Yeah.
So it's like acknowledging that I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty crazy when that happened. Luckily, Rose was standing there, and Andy, as you can't see her off camera, she's out on Rose's left side watching this unfold too, and she even made a comment on here. She said, "I didn't see you move." She said, "You may have shifted
Right.
side to side, but other than that, I didn't see you move," which I don't. Cause I even after the fact, once you had the video pulled up, I was like, maybe I just stepped back and it caught me and whatever. No, I'm going one side to the other.
Yeah.
So who knows? But that's why we do this.
Yeah, if I recall, I was right behind you, and you were not like right
Yeah.
up against the door. You were
No.
closer to the you were in
Bed.
between the door and the
the
bed.
bed,
A little
yeah,
closer to
Yeah.
the bed.
yeah. Now we are in pitch black, so I mean, it doesn't look like that on the camera, but
Yeah.
we are in pitch black, so
Right.
hard to say. The only thing I wish had a different angle of it from behind, so you could see how the gap I had.
I know.
That would give it more, validity basically to it.
Well,
but-
hey, for next time.
Yeah,
Next
I'll
time
try.
we're
We
gonna
guess
go
one of the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to go back and recreate that. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's not everything's paranormal. I mean, we
Right.
talked about that before. So, but this case, I don't know. I have no clue.
A strange anomaly that flies right at
Mhm.
the camera.
And like I said, I'm not big on orbs and shit like that most of the time. But this is not an orb. It's like
Yeah.
a white mist that shoots out of that door and it goes
Because
straight
it
up.
didn't really have like a circle to it or anything. It's
Uh-uh.
just kind of like a, yeah.
Look like a flowing.
It looked like a
And
comet.
you know the mirror, it went towards the mirror too. If you remember the mirror
That's
that
true,
was
there
in
is a
that
mirror,
room,
yeah.
because it seemed like everything was going back and forth through the mirrors.
Right. And that was the thing. I need to go cut that video. I haven't had a chance to watch that video from the hand. You see in my hand, I have multiple cameras going, and we did a thing. Do what? Oh, we did a thing prior to all this where we did what's called scrying, where you go into a mirror and look. Remember, I had you guys stand on each side of me, and there's three
Right.
mirrors, and then we switched out with Jason. Jason got to do it too. There's 4 people with us that night, us total. So there's 3 mirrors in front of us. Where a lot of activity is always happening in this hallway, down from this room basically.
And this is a spa down in Delano. That's why
Right.
there's massage tables
Yeah.
and multiple mirrors everywhere.
Right. But as we were watching this video, and I watched another video last night about this, I think it was Ghost Adventures, matter of fact. They do it too, whatever. That's not where I got the idea from. I just,
Right.
in the whim, thought about it again. We've done it before too, in other places, different ways. Remember with the pad and pencil? That's scrying also too, kind of. So, anyways, we were seeing things that didn't make sense to us, where things were morphing, in the mirror.
Right.
Which I made even comment to you guys before we started about the whole Bloody Mary phenomenon. That's supposed to be fake, and it probably is. But supposedly, if you stare at a mirror long enough, you'll start to see things that you may not understand or explain, or can comprehend. We'll say, but we're doing this in the dark, of course, with some little bit ambient light, and we're seeing our faces get morphed in some kind of thing, whatever, black, and then I'm seeing some glowing eyes every now and then. Looked like we had a hood on our head, basically, like the Grim Reaper, kind of. I mean, I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it, but it was pretty bizarre. And I have
Just
video
you,
of this.
right?
They saw black on the side of them too.
Really?
It got darker, but
Yeah.
I don't know what their imagery was.
I don't know if that's
couldn't
your
see.
eyes adjusting, but it seemed like from the shoulders here
Yeah.
to your head got
Yeah,
larger.
and that's what I saw too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more along I
We need to
saw.
get the cameras to you so you can.
Well,
go over
I
that.
had my handhelds in front of me, staring at
that's
that
true.
mirror,
Oh, that's
so
true,
I should
that's
have
true.
video of this thing. I
Because
need
I've
to go
even
back and
got
watch.
the camera that
From the
I
angle?
picked up. Yeah, I picked
Yeah.
it up and just started.
I would love to
filming
do
it.
that we can put side-by-side comparisons, what I got in front of us versus what you have on the side of us.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I need
who knows what we caught or didn't catch,
in
but
fact, I think I have them all out there in
Cool.
the car.
we'll definitely have to look at that and review it, because I would love to show people at home this, because it was bizarre. It was enough to where I had to break it off for my part because of some stuff I saw, and I won't go into details about it, but right now, until I can verify on that video what's in there.
Right.
But that's when Jason jumps in and takes my spot. And what did you see? Did you see some darkness?
I felt like when I went over there by myself for a little bit, it just kind of, I don't know if the moment had passed.
Mm-hmm.
I know at one point I didn't have a head
Yeah,
in the mirror.
right,
I felt like it was just like from shoulders down
right.
is what I could see. Something was right there.
Sure.
But that's it.
Well, see, and I'll get into some little bit of details of it because I don't want to leave people hanging, but we've been in a couple locations lately where things have been telling me they're going to kill me. We've caught it on all of our live feeds, and something's calling me out specifically more than once. Same location. I don't know why, and this is a location we've been to before multiple times. But we've heard this voice come out and say, "I'm gonna kill you," whatever, all this stuff, and it's just like, well, shit. And it isn't up to where it pissed me off the very last time we were there. I'm like, well, I'm standing right here, dude. Dude, you're not gonna do anything. I'm telling you that right now. Should I challenge it? No, probably not.
Right.
But then when I was watching through this mirror at a separate location in Delano, we see this imagery and stuff going on. I seen some stuff I probably got a little too real, so that's why I broke mine off. Because the hoods didn't bother me. I thought that was kind of cool looking, actually. It was the fact, some other stuff I saw. The faces I saw, the glowing things, the eyes, whatever, and stuff. It just was something that told me okay, you better stop now before it gets too real. And so I just stopped. So we'll see. Hopefully it's all translated on video, but hopefully we can have that in a couple weeks here. Because as you all know, and maybe you don't know, when we do these investigations, yes, you see us live. We do 2 to 8 hours, whatever. We have multiple cameras going, which means every time we do something, we have all that audio to go over, all the video to go over. So most times even though we did an 8-hour at max, whatever, investigation, we have over 100 hours of video and audio to go through, and it takes time. I mean,
Start hiring some people, huh?
to do my job for me so I can do audio and video.
Oh, no, to help.
No, I don't want them to help. I want to catch it because they might not see what they're.
Yeah, true.
That's the best part is discovery. I mean, I've been on location and it's one that Jason's never got to go to or even Ruthless. Nobody on the team has currently. It's just Ben, Claire, and myself. It's the museum, and within minutes of turning the recorder on, setting it down, walking away, I captured one of the greatest EVPs we ever caught with the singing.
Right.
And I'm like, what in the hell?
I play it on my bus tours every so often, but it never, it's on a bus, so therefore you can't hear how wonderful it is.
Yeah.
Completely.
I can play it. It's probably going to pull up a weird image behind. I apologize, but let me get that set up here.
As long as it's not nudity, it's alright.
Hopefully it is. As long as it's not me. Shit.
Hold on.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
He's breaking out the holy water.
Yeah. Which is real holy water, by the way, just so you know. It's
all
not
right.
just water.
I'm Catholic. I can handle it, folks.
Fuck, what am I looking for here? I don't even know anymore. I had all this stuff up earlier.
Raiders.
Guys. What'd you have? Raiders. It's not Raiders.
No.
It's a ghost.
No.
I was like, what are you talking about Raiders? Where are Raiders here? I'm trying to find it. I don't know. Probably, no, my luck, I'm not going to be able to find it fast enough.
Thing is a little weird. Kind of creepy. Where'd you get those?
Oh, you can buy them anywhere.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
bought
you know what we're missing? I need to bring?
What's
Pimp
that?
juice.
Huh?
The pimp juice.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Bigfoot
Yeah,
juice?
Bigfoot juice. I gotta bring that over so you can
Juice.
put it out here.
I don't think where this
Oh,
was
dear
at.
God.
It's on a different. I apologize, people. This makes for bad.
Oh no, we're
Bad
over
stuff.
here goofing off.
Oh, I know,
It's all right.
but nobody wants to see us. They're seeing me doing this shit. Fuck, I probably can't. Oh, no, that's not it.
I thought I saw it up earlier.
Well, I know I saw it earlier. That's the problem. Got too much shit happening behind the scenes here that when I need it, it's not there.
So is El Dorado ready for us to come back?
Yeah, she
Okay.
really is.
I'm ready
She
to go
texted
back
me
too.
a couple days ago, and I told her, I said, hey, it takes time, probably a couple months.
Well,
So,
crap.
but while he's looking for that, just a little shout out to the Kansas City Paracon, happening July 31st and August 1st. Tickets are on sale.
Hopefully.
They're still going strong. It is over, 4 months away. So hopefully everything in life is going to clear out, get under control, and people can come and be entertained. I know all the guest speakers are still a go for everything. In fact, he's adding more.
Yeah.
He's got 3 Ghost Hunters alumni coming. One of them, she's from Ghost Hunters International.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name? I forget.
Brandy Green.
Brandy Green.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Dustin
Pari.
Pari, and then you have Jason.
Grant Wilson.
I was gonna say Jason and Grant. Grant Wilson. My God.
I can't wait to see them.
I know that. And then
You think you're...
And then
Yeah.
Dean Haglund, who is the fame from X-Files. He was one of the lone gunmen on there who was always helping Mulder on his cases and stuff. He's coming. He's going to be doing a special presentation of his stand up while he's there too. So VIP tickets are on sale pretty soon, if not already. We Road Trip Paranormal, us, we are sponsoring him for coming out. So really happy that he's coming and he agreed to everything. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. He said he was actually excited to do it anyway, but we have to, do all the proper paperwork and do that. So, but we are sponsoring him and very happy to have him, Dean out there. So,
Look how much has changed for us in a year.
well, yeah, and
amazing.
for Paracon too.
Mm-hmm.
There's also, what do you call it, the husband and wife, the
Yes.
Weird Occult.
Yes, they're traveling exhibits and stuff.
That's
They're
it.
going to be
I
there.
can't remember names off the top of my head either.
Yeah, sorry.
I apologize.
We are the
Well, shit, I can't find it naturally, so I apologize. I'll keep looking behind the scenes. If I find it, I'll play it.
Okay,
But
no problem.
we got other stuff we can show them tonight. I had a bunch of stuff just to show.
Okay,
Go
for it.
Some of the stuff we didn't get a chance to do last week, just because of things being the way they were. Talked about. Well, I won't jump into that just quite yet. We talk about simple things like getting manipulated. One thing we like to do is we do a test where we set up flashlights, and we get responses. Sometimes we don't. We've talked to experts on this, and I wrote can kind of attest to that. Where my always take was that if you unscrew a flashlight, is there still an active arc of a current kind of happening? Possibly. And we talked to electricians that say no.
Right.
They obviously have to have a good connection to be touching to make those things
spoke
manipulate.
to an electrical engineer
Right.
about that.
Yeah.
I've asked my dad, who's an electrician, same thing. I mean, you gotta have an arc. I mean, you gotta have
Gotta
something
have
close.
electricity. You
Yeah.
gotta have a current.
Yeah, current.
Yeah.
So-
Gotta
It's got to
have
be
that.
able to either jump or connect.
Right.
And a volt does not do that.
no.
Right.
So, with that being said, this location was a house actually in this hometown, not my hometown, where I live at now, down the street from my old house. And we were all upstairs at the time. It was Roth, myself, Paul, and Michelle. And the owner, I think, had left at that point. But anyways, we're down. We had a lot of movement down in this basement area, so we put up a stationary camera just watching this, and we put a motion sensor. We put the flashlight in case something triggered it, and something triggered it. So, it was pitch black in the whole house. It was bright enough you could still see it from upstairs. Like, holy crap, that just triggered something. So that's why you can hear us talking. I think getting closer to it. Let me play it real quick here. 1 second. Need to get more hands.
Hello, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's kind of a coincidence, but how? How would you walking over there turn it on down there? Hello, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's kind of a coincidence, but how? How would you walking over there turn it on down there? Hello, thank you. Yeah. Well, it's kind of a coincidence, but how? How would you walking over there turn it on down there?
Okay, we're back live. So you can see we're upstairs. That's why you can't hear my voice. I'm the one that's talking to Paula at the time, and she's standing kind of not near the stairs. She's upstairs, and this is in the basement, like I said. And it's pitch black. This light comes, brighter than light comes on. You're like, holy crap, the light just went on. That she's like, hello, talking to whoever's down there. And I'm thinking, well, is it me triggering by walking, just vibration maybe, something, maybe it rattled it loose or something, whatever.
Right.
But you don't hear me stomping around. You don't hear me moving around.
Right.
She's like, I don't understand how you upstairs can make this thing go off. I'm always the skeptic when it comes to things. Nothing, like I said earlier, not everything's paranormal. That door hit me. Maybe I backed into it somehow. Who knows? But in this case, it's just a stationary camera. Nobody comes in the site. Nobody triggers it.
Right.
But it definitely went on and off by itself. And that's the best part. Because I'm always a skeptic when it just goes on. Okay, whoop-de-doo, turn it off if you can do that. And in this case, it does go off by itself without being manipulated. So it's like, okay, that's a little better.
For years, you all have had that happen.
Mhm.
Got it to work and
Right.
communicate, and I always missed it
Right.
until we went up to Oberlin, and in the small little depot
Oh,
train
right.
station,
Yeah.
Ticket booth.
that little child that's in
Like
there
that.
was doing that, and that was amazing to see it for the first time. You know, and Polly used to do that all the time, and she'd get a lot of that to happen, and so
Right.
does Jake. Jake is is a pretty good master of communicating and getting that to work. You know, he gets that happening over at the depot a lot.
Right. Sorry, I laughed 'cause I just found the stinking thing I was looking for earlier.
Just a matter of time.
Gotta figure out where the hell that one is. Once again, got too much shit.
Look at all that evidence that's just piled into the system there. Years and years.
That's just one. I have multiple ones.
I know.
Uh,
But I have never been able to get the me
oh, yourself.
trying to do that, with the flashlight or everything. If somebody else does it, great. Me, I have yet to have that to happen. I don't know, it's just I know you guys had to unscrew it,
You gotta unscrew it just right, and then you gotta,
right? And you place it down, and it's off. And you walk away. You can pound on the table, and nothing's happening. It does not come on.
right.
And then you walk away, and then you ask the questions. Can you go over there and just turn on that flashlight? Just as Paula would say, just squeeze it. Just give it a nice squeeze with your hand. Can you
Right.
do that? And the flashlight would come on.
Yeah, her and Jake are amazing with
Yeah.
those.
But
Let me do this real quick here.
While he's doing that, I remember when we were in Oberlin and we were in where the gas station was.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting on, that little room on the outskirts of that wall, and it had that table there.
right.
And I thought we'd do the flashlight, and then we already knew that whoever was in there didn't like us messing with any of the military suits
Right.
that were there. And
Well,
one
yeah.
girl goes over and says, well, I'm going to walk over and move this bike and touch that.
That jacket.
And then all of a sudden that flashlight just spun completely off the table and hit the ground.
Right.
And we didn't know what to say. It was pretty crazy. And then your voice comes across the radio and says, into rotation. We're all like, that sounds good.
And for anyone who hasn't been out to Oberlin with us, we're going to hopefully be doing that again sometime. It's a big museum. It's got multiple historical buildings on the back part of it. It's kind of like a smaller version of Cowtown.
Yeah.
It's got a depot, a gas station, a schoolhouse, a church,
Yep.
different things.
Yeah, had Indians,
Yeah.
artifacts in there.
Yeah, the main part of
Military.
these. Oh yeah, oh god, we can play videos of that too.
We will.
Sometime.
When he's not tonight, but we will.
Yeah.
There's a video to this
We
day
caught
baffles me. Yeah. Well, that one too. Well, both of them were live actually. The one
Yeah.
with the door and the footprints, and then also the one with spirit box and the soldier talking to us
With the flashlight
Yeah.
going on and off.
Yeah, when you
okay.
get all that together. So, this is also in Oberlin. The very first time they went out there to do the actual investigation. Did you guys go out there to do the investigation first, or did you do the interview first out there and then? Was
First
it,
investigation, then we did
Same
the
time?
interviews, I think, didn't we?
Uh,
It was the
It doesn't
second-
matter,
was the
I
next
guess. I
day.
just don't know
It
why
was
I
the
we
did
went
next
out
day.
to interview and meet everybody, but we did an
That's right, a
investigation
small
later
little-
that night.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, we didn't get to do
just
everything.
two buildings, right? That you did the
Yeah.
first night. So,
Yeah.
well, this isn't a depot. This is what Jason's talking about. Once again, it's the flashlight. You'll hear Paula and Jason in this video. They're out there by themselves. While Ruth, Michelle, and somebody else was with. I don't remember. You guys were somewhere else in the building,
Yeah.
separate building. So, let me just go get this going queued up here, and we're gonna give it a check out.
If you're touching that device, thank you.
That just went red, didn't it?
Went real red.
Oh,
Hi there. How are you doing?
good morning.
Welcome. Now, if you can you shut it off?
And then the meter's at a 0.3. Charlene said that you love to turn on the lights around here, so, you know, she may have gotten after you, but, you know, we're bringing these devices in here. You can play, mess with, whatever you want to do. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Hi
Thank-
there.
That's amazing.
You are doing a really good job. Just let you know I saw a shadow go your way right before that happened.
That's awesome.
Did you come over here on the train? You did? Okay.
Thank you very much.
So you guys saw that's one longer video. Getting some audible response, yes, no kind of a thing, with this. They think it was a child spirit out there
Right.
in Depot who may have came on the train and got there and was left behind for whatever reason. So I don't know. That's pretty remarkable stuff. I mean, that's why we had multiple meters going on right there. We had you see in the background, you had the millimeter going. Also, too, you're getting some readings on there. I know you
Right.
can't see on the screen, but you were getting some readings. Also, we had the it's not a REM pod, it's an E-pod that takes static movement and stuff like that. So, craziness, man.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so cool to see that. That was my first time ever experiencing that. And we stood out there for a long time just communicating back and forth with yes and no questions.
Yeah.
With that. Now, jumping forward to like 2 other big events later, I had you were actually in my group. You weren't feeling good. You
Had
had
stepped
to
out.
step out for a while. So I'm in there with my group,
Mm-hmm.
with our group, and we're talking. We've got one of the ladies using the
Dowsing rods.
dowsing rods.
Mhm.
Got the flashlight over there on the table, and as we were communicating and asking for that child, you know, I made the comment, and I wish this was on camera, but it was not. So you have to just take my word for it.
Nope.
Sorry. She's getting yes and no questions answered for her, and then I said, you know, hey, can you just go over here and turn on that flashlight over here that we got back here?
Uh-huh.
And you hear like shuffling going past us. The chair freaking turned and moved, and the flashlight turns on.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was like the child was like climbing into the chair, like a child, like a toddler or whatever, climbing
So
into a chair and
but-
touching that flashlight. Like, okay, I know what I've been doing before. I'll go do that. It was so cool. I wish you would have been with me. I knew you weren't feeling too good that night, but
That was
Yeah.
the same night I end up with the door out by myself. Was Ona's
oh
raining?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm
Just
pretty sure
pouring
that was that
rain.
night, and
Oh, it was, and he was out there by himself.
I got trapped out.
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
I could have went through the rain and like lightning was bad. There were freaking
here I was
crazy
trying
storm.
to entertain everybody because we had a thunderstorm that was rolling through, and it was just downpouring outside, and thunder and lightning was happening really bad, and
I remember watching that from home. You guys were
Oh,
live,
you didn't
weren't
go,
you?
did you? Yeah.
I didn't go. I couldn't make
That's
it.
right.
And
So
I
here
remember all of a sudden Leo's like, that thing just moved, and then he was all by himself. Yeah. I
well, he
remember
did
that.
that on purpose. He went out there to go into the livery, whatever it's called,
Livery.
livery.
Uh-huh.
He
think.
went out there while I'm in there trying to entertain everybody. I'm like trying to like ask Leo a question because I'm playing EVPs for everybody, trying to like not bore them to death. And I turn around to talk to Leo, and he's
He's gone.
not there anywhere. I'm like, shit. I was like, where is he? Where'd he go? And everyone's kind of like, I don't know. I think he went this way. I'm
That's why I
like,
got stuck out there, and I'm like, no, I didn't.
but
I
you
didn't.
caught good stuff.
I didn't want to leave because I'm like, too much is happening. I
Right.
better stick it out just for a few minutes because I want to see what happens.
Yeah, you caught great stuff, and
Yeah.
you had viewers that were watching. Chris
Yeah,
was
Chris
watching.
was watching from home.
Heck yeah.
Because all I can think about this is how every bad horror movie starts. It's
Yeah,
raining
'cause
behind
I remember
you.
you said something like, "Well, this sucks because he's got to go back that."
The only one way to go back is
Yeah.
through that door down there, and then wham, the door slammed. I'm like,
Yep.
ah, shit.
Going through the rain,
Yep.
I am. You know?
But then I didn't want to leave. That was also the same time that I came walking around the corner and I ran Dan and Jake. I'm like, hey, you guys never guess what just happened to me. Like, so Dan was curious. I don't know where Jake went. I think he went outside to
Did
go
he?
smoke probably or something. But Dan was like, I was like, come here, come check this out. I was explaining to him, and the door's shut, whatever. And we're watching it. And I go, man, this door right here is, this is the door that slammed, whatever. And
Right.
we're watching this live on YouTube or Facebook, whatever. We're going through this live, and all of a sudden the door in front of us starts shaking, like rattling, boom, 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 like somebody's trying to get it, and we're like, holy shit, that door just rattled in front of us, dude. So we're sitting there looking, and I'm like, because there's a small little window up top you can see through, and we kind of see barely, but you can't really see.
Right.
So we're like, okay. So we opened the door, and that's when we found those wet footprints. Now, the thing is, though, nobody had been out there before. I mean, instantly when the door started rattling, we opened that door.
Right.
And there's these two wet footprints. You can see where it... The thing is, it wasn't like drug long footprints. It was just a certain spot. It only went a couple of spots halfway out there, that long hallway where I was standing. It didn't go clear to where the rain was actually coming in. So, like, you would have had wet footprints the whole length of the whole long hallway. It
Right.
wasn't. It was just where that doorway was. Don't explain that. I mean, it doesn't explain it. I mean, that's physical evidence. It doesn't
Yeah.
explain who was out there.
Right.
But nobody was there with me because obviously I was by myself.
Right.
I never went out in the rain because I'm like, I'm not going to get all freaking soaking
Right.
wet. So it wasn't my footprints.
And it wasn't any of the guests because everybody was with us, and
Nobody
we
was
weren't
there.
investigating that section at all anyway.
We just happened to have a camera up because we're like, nothing ever happens out in this that we know of
Right.
until that night. That's why I went out there by myself to say, you know what, with some small little break, I'm going to go out and see what the hell's out here.
Small little break. I was expecting you to be next to me to help me talk to everybody.
Yep. Chris is like, I remember that. It was like midnight.
Right.
Yeah, that was, like I said, that's when one of the times all the hair rose up on my, on my arms and shit. I'm like, oh god, this is real life right here. And it didn't help that once again I'm in the library or livery, whatever it's called, and there's all these like hanging sickles and shit and like knives and these weapons. I'm like, man, I'm gonna die tonight out here,
It
and
was
nobody's
like-
gonna know.
It was like the
Except for
barn in
Facebook.
Twister, when they walk
Exactly.
in and they're
That's exactly what it looked like.
they chose not to stay there
They're
for
like,
while the tornadoes
get
coming.
the hell out, yeah. That's how I
Yeah.
felt too. I'm just like, I'm gonna die. I remember joking and laughing with Chris and a couple other viewers were watching it too at the time, and we were just having a good time. And like, well, guys, this is how my life ends. It was one of those times that just happened to be in the right place at the right time,
Right.
with the camera running. So, but
Is that one of the scariest moments by yourself?
it's a good question. Um,
Because we never really ever talk about
I don't
that,
know.
scariest moments and stuff by yourself.
I-
We could leave it for another
I
time.
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Think about
I
it.
wasn't terrified. It was just the unknown, I guess. But no,
Yeah.
we've been some crazy shit where
Right. But I'm talking about like where you've taken yourself off away from everybody and then it's like some crazy stuff happens. Because I've had my share.
Yeah,
I've
I
had
think we
my
all
share.
have. Because there's some good places we've been. It's just like, holy shit. I'm going to die in this place.
Rose could always talk about his scary bathroom moment too.
Same place I'm thinking of, too.
Yeah.
The Forum.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I had
Yeah,
one of my
I've had
scary
my
moments.
times too there. Yeah.
It was just I talked about it as like my early, like my, what do you call it, being with the group early.
Like that
And-
first year.
Yeah,
Really.
and we would go out there, and I just remember Clara was telling me, go up to the very top. They're down at the opposite end of the building. Go up to the very top and run this camera and shit. I'm like, I have to go up there by myself. And that's what the growls happened from, because the first time I ever went there, we walked through and I got the man going, go away, hissing at me, whatever, go away.
That's right.
And
We were
growling at
walking
me.
together as we were following Janet up there.
Yeah, and not to go up there by myself, because that's the scariest part of the building, probably. I'm like, fuck, I hate this. But it did it, got over it, so be it. So, no, that's some scary shit.
We'll have to sit back and tell our stories. Of
Yeah, there's
scariest moments.
There's quite a few. I was gonna say. There's another shit we can show tonight. How much time we got left?
We got 45 minutes. Yeah.
Tonight was just kind of a free for all show. This could have been a scary moment for us, but it wasn't to me. I enjoyed it. We talked about it last week. We played the audio of it. Well, now I found the video finally. This is Tahlequah once again, one of our favorite topics. This is where it was.
Straight through now.
Do what?
Interesting.
It was Roth and I, Brendan, and Renee. This is the little girl talking. This is the video of it. Doesn't really give anything. You can't really see much, but it's still her voice. I think I enhanced the voice part of it so you can hear it a little better. So I'm going to play that here. Get everything ready again. Sorry, I need to do like 10 different things to make this happen. So
It's all right. It works,
oh shit. Sorry about that, people.
unless he breaks it. You know.
Who's inside the house right now? Get your lights, please.
Did you hear that?
Who was that?
Who was that?
That was a high-pitched girl.
Yeah, it was like.
I thought it was Renee too. Renee's right next to me. Who's inside the house right now? Get your lights, please.
Did you hear that?
Who was that?
Who was that?
That was a high-pitched girl.
Yeah, it was like.
I thought it was Renee too. Renee's right next to me. Who's inside the house right now? Get your lights, please.
Did you hear that?
Who was that?
Who was that?
That was a high-pitched girl.
Yeah, it was like.
All right, that wouldn't come out as good as I thought it was. That video is pretty blurry too. I don't know why, but there was definitely a little girl that we all reacted to, and I don't know. It was bizarre. One of those cases where we just happened to get lucky, I guess, and this little girl came through and talked to us. Laughing at some of the comments below. I'm trying to think what else we got for you tonight. There's some other stuff I can play. Let me see what else we got for the people at home. This is one Jason's never saw either. He's watching off camera right now. That's why it's just me and the logo. They're trying to watch some things here. So I'm going to play this one. This is outside that same house. This one's a little bit clearer and there's some voices going on. I'm going to play this. Not scary, just some stuff we experienced down in Tahlequah. It's just somebody talking to us, a male voice talking to us. So I'm going to play that here. Do you like toying with us? Is that why? Saw it again in the white mist. I know back by the door. You're gonna hear something, you're gonna hear a voice, something's gonna get thrown.
Oh yeah. Of course it will.
Do you like toying with us? Is that why? Saw it again in the white mist. I know back by the door. You're gonna hear something, you're gonna hear a voice, something's gonna get thrown.
Oh yeah. Of course it will.
Do you like toying with us? Is that why? Saw it again in the white mist. So that was from Tahlequah. That was just one of those cases where we were outside the house. We talked about the story about the brother's house, the older house that's been kind of dilapidated, falling apart, but we're just asking questions and we can hear some things going on. It's just Jason and I standing there talking, and that voice responds, like when you talk. It just had a weird feeling, like it wouldn't want to come near us.
Right.
It kept bouncing around from the woods to the house and wherever it wanted to go. And I'm like, are you just toying with us? That's why I asked that question. And you hear that voice come through. It says, I like toying with you. And then Jason says, come on, come find me. Come on. And it says something else at the end. I can't understand what it says, but
That's it taunting us when it.
Yeah.
Come find me.
right.
Come here. I swear, everything out there is highly intelligent out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry that people make fun of you guys. Where'd they go? Because you guys were off camera.
We had to go to the bathroom together.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
making out or something. I don't know. No, so that was just. It's not scary, like I said, but you never know what you see until you go back and watch and find the shit. Cause it's
Right.
And Jason was just commenting to Roth off air. He saw one of the databases I have of all the evidence over the
Right.
years we collected, and there's hours upon hours of stuff. I mean, and I got three or four different storage cases I use them in, or hard drives I have them on. So it's just like, and that's just me. That's not including your guys' own or
Yeah.
what Jeremiah had. That's I'm still trying to extract. I can't get it off there now. It's just
Right.
frustrating. But one day, because that has the original video of the infamous thing in the rafters
Right.
in full video, which I've never
'Cause
seen.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
and
I've
it's
seen the
blew my
shortcuts.
mind.
So you actually have the the hard drive?
Yeah, but I can't get it to work.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to take it somewhere?
If I can't get this one thing the way I'm trying, it started to work one day, and then you had to pay for a service, which we paid for, and it just didn't do it. So I don't know. Like everything we had downloaded, it got rid of. So I don't know. I'm going to go back and try it again. So
Wow.
So getting back to spirits and stuff being picked up on cameras and audio and stuff like, do you think that manipulates the actual stuff? Like the
yeah, I
equipment
think so.
itself?
I mean, we've seen enough videos tonight so far that
I mean, to a point of
shows
not letting it work, to the point where you've lost videos, you've lost
Oh, yeah.
stuff, you know, I mean, it's
Tahlequah,
there for a bit and then it disappears. The little girl at the shop
right?
not being able to pick up, even though we were right there recording it
Yep.
and hearing it and stuff, and it just disappears.
I mean, Tahlequah. Charles was like, "Aw, you two," making fun of you guys going to the bathroom together. No, I mean, yeah, Tahlequah was a big one. One of the last times we were out there, we had set up. We had an investigation right before that, and one after Tahlequah. In between, Tahlequah just happened got sandwiched last minute. In between, one of
Right.
the few times we went out there towards the end, we had used our DVR system, caught audio, caught video. You know, playing just fine. Set up in Tahlequah, had no audio. Video barely worked. It worked. It just had not audio, not all cameras. Doesn't make sense why. Used the following week, everything worked just fine. So yes, we saw last week talking about Tahlequah. I was trying to find that video to play, and no, it was a different part of it. There was another girl. I was going to play the audio to that girl in the woods with me. That wasn't there. Then the whole podcast took a dump. You know, went away.
Right.
When that was bizarre. And we talked about it, how it wouldn't even start at the very beginning. Remember, we had issues with the podcast starting, and I think these things have a mind of their own. Sometimes they know they can affect things. So, it's bizarre.
Don't do it tonight.
No. So, I'm just forewarning people, if something happens.
Stop talking about Tahlequah.
Tahlequah's
that's
a
true.
big one.
That's true.
I mean, we talked about it, even in demonic stuff, we talk about,
Right.
Robert the Doll, when we showed that video, it quit, Just, I don't know, man.
You should bring it up
crazy.
again. See if
No.
you guys- No, okay.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
test it. 5 minutes till we'll try it.
But,
It breaks all of the equipment.
so what do you guys think about all some of this stuff so far, as far
I
as
love
the
it.
show? And, I mean, just your takeaways on, is it really paranormal?
Like the, so kind of like the whispers.
Yeah, anything.
I mean, I was there. Did it look like I was hearing it though?
Maybe.
Having been to, 98% of everything we've done. I mean,
Mhm.
I've missed out of a few things, but
Same here.
everything that we've ever captured, I mean, we could go back and test it, recreate as much as we can, and we can never recreate what we saw or heard.
Right.
Even going to going back the next time, like even a year later. I know sometimes a year later or just a month later, going back and testing it out and stuff. And there's no way to recreate anything. Like the arm there in Nest City. That's another one that we need to. It looks like an arm coming. It's up on the second floor and or third floor. Can't remember. Camera's looking out down the hallway. There's a window. It had like a tree right there. It looks like an arm that came down. Movement. I know. Yeah.
I'm sure I have.
Yes, you have. I know you have because we've talked about it.
Okay.
But there's movement over there. There's no way to do that from the angle that it was happening. Plus, it was like second or third floor up. So there's nobody outside of the window. And from the staircase, there's no way to even... From the window to the staircase, there's no one over there.
Right.
And it doesn't pick up anybody, but you see like an arm coming across. And it was just weird. But a lot of things that we pick up is... I feel like it's paranormal. I mean, sure, we've debunked a lot of things,
Right.
but we usually delete that, or you've kept the camera, the one where you've got the um, gentleman that was a guest. He panned around and stuff like that. You keep that for good purposes of showing, hey, it's not paranormal. Looked paranormal at first. It looked like you caught a full body apparition stepping from the doorway and stepped back in, like they were watching. But it turned out to be one of the guests.
Yeah.
But you keep that to show people, how easily it can be manipulated, or you just think you've seen that. Because you're looking just through the camera itself. You weren't looking up. You're looking through the camera and doing that.
Yeah.
So therefore you saw
I
what
was looking
looked
through
like
night vision.
Right.
And at first, you just see that figure in a dark hallway going back into a room. Hell yeah.
Well, and especially when I asked right then,
Yeah.
Right.
it was down
hey,
there.
did any of you guys in that
Yeah.
other room step out into the hallway?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
He says no, but when you're in the heat of all that, to investigating, especially when this is kind of like, well, this is the first time at, I'll just say, it was Boot Hill Museum.
Right. Dodge City.
Yeah, it was the first time we've ever investigated it.
Yep.
It was exciting. Everybody's pumped up. It's easy to see something and be like, oh. But then when you're the person that caused that, it's easy to go, well, hell, I don't remember doing that.
Right.
But he clearly did.
Then see, it was Chris and his friend. Chris was
Jared.
Well, I think. Oh, Jared.
Jared.
That's right. Chris and Jared. Chris is the one that answers that thing, not Jared.
Right.
Says, no, we didn't walk out, and not realizing Jared
'Cause-
had just
yeah.
walked into the room with him.
Yeah, because I think Chris was over by the bed
hmm
and everything. But it's so easy for it to happen.
Sure.
I mean, sometimes you ask, who? Sorry. Sometimes you ask, what's that sound? Who made that sound? I can't tell you whether or not my stomach actually made that sound or not. I kind of sit, I pause, and I'm like, what's that me? Because I've been drinking soda all night long.
Soda.
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 So how about the famous cattail in our, I won't say the word. Remember the cattail that's showing,
Talacaw.
like
oh,
that?
yeah.
And then
He's
all of
got
a sudden it goes,
Yeah,
just-
he's got that.
I mean, there was nothing there making that cattail move.
No, I've never.
I don't know if you've got
I've
that.
never downloaded it to my. It's on my phone.
But that's a good one right there.
Right.
Talking
Talking about when Tahlequah, when we were down there another time. We were down there investigating. It was Rose's first time being there. We were going to stay the night there, and we ended up leaving early because middle of the night we were filming whatever, and we had cameras stationary set up that recorded, ran to the DVR.
Yeah.
We had one DVR sitting in the house. This camera was put face on the back side of the house, facing one of the back bedrooms, because from the outside looking in, because they seen a shadow person go back and forth outside the window and bang on the windows and stuff like that. Kind of like what we've experienced talking about the story and whatnot. So we had a camera running, and the cord ran from behind the camera right in front of the camera's view, and it runs to the house. Well, in full camera view, something walks up to this, but you can't see it.
And you can't hear it, even
You don't
though
hear it.
the
We had
camera can pick it
recorders,
up.
right?
A recorder.
And this thing just happened to cut our wires, whatever, somehow. Well, we didn't know at the time because we were out down the middle of the property,
Trying to stay
investigating.
warm with the fire.
Jeremiah and I decided to go up and get a drink from the house. And we happened to just go to the bath, take turns on the bathroom, not together like you guys tonight, but we went separately. And sorry. Anyways, I'm in the bathroom and he's like, "Dude, you got to see this." I'm like, "What?" So I come out and he's like, "Look at this." I'm like, "Okay, what am I looking at?" I'm like, "Look at the cameras." And one of the cameras is out. He's like, "I'll go check out and find out what's going on." So he leaves inside the house. Leaves me by myself. Comes walking back in. "You definitely got to come see this." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm looking right at it. The camera's out. What's up? He's, "I'm not gonna tell you. Just come here." I'm like, so I go outside with them. We walk around. About, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 feet in front of the camera is the cord's been cut. And it's like, how the hell is that even possible? I'm looking around. Is it animal? No. There's no teeth marks. It had been, serrated
It
or
looks
jagged.
pitched like a...
Let's say somebody just came up and snipped him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's sucks because you know their cameras, cables they cut, but or that nobody cut that we know of.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, why hell go through all that trouble? Cut the cameras. You have a $200 camera sitting on a tripod there. Why don't you
Right.
steal that, you know, and sell it? Whatever you want to do with it. I mean, you obviously went to the trouble and to do this. Fuck you, you know. But why not take it, you know?
Right.
So Jeremiah and I are like, let's go back and watch the footage. We go back inside the house, rewind to that moment, and you see when it happens, there's nothing there.
There's
All
no
of a sudden-
sound, anything.
Ironically enough, we had in the frame of the video, there is a like a cattail, like a weed or something, you know, that's sticking up a distance
Kinda
from there.
dangling in the
Yeah.
upper right corner of this
Mhm.
screen.
So when this is happening, you see this cattail start shaking, and then you can tell when it's getting whatever happening, and then the camera speed goes away, just like that. It's just like
It was almost like something was bending over to grab that wire,
right.
and something was pushing that
Right.
cattail
The thing is,
into
yeah,
the screen.
I mean, you can imagine how, you know, that happening, but
Sure.
the fact that the camera itself has audio, that Brendan had put a recorder down,
Separate recorder, yeah.
separate recorder
From the
down on
audio.
the ground. Now, during the investigation throughout the day and evening, we'd walked back there and everything. We walked past the camera. We are loud as hell walking
Sure.
on all the leaves and stuff. I mean, it's
You
so...
can hear us walking.
Oh, yeah.
multiple
You can
times.
hear us coming.
You don't
Walk
hear
right
anything.
past, but whatever, and walk behind the camera, but whatever this was, made no sound whatsoever.
I'll try to find that real quick.
Now, the thing is, while we were watching, we noticed how one of the other cameras that was off pointing in the trail
Right.
started to rock a little bit. So we beelined over there, and that's where I took that one photograph that I have.
But you don't have. You never sent to me.
I'll send it.
Uh huh.
I'm sorry.
You keep saying I've never even seen this photo with.
It's like when your sensei says, "I didn't teach you everything." Jason's not going to give up all the goods, man.
No, okay, I'll send it to you.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm gonna try to find that video real quick.
thank you. I'll send it right now.
Whatever.
I got it.
whatever.
No, but so we went out there and the camera's fine, but when we were watching it, something was rocking the camera.
It's
So
definitely
we
moving.
were like, "Oh my God, we're under attack here or something. Something's taking out our cameras left and right."
And if you remember last week on the show, we talked about the two big Rottweilers that are on property. They're real protective of us. They didn't get alerted to anything,
No.
not once in this case. So if somebody was out there lurking in the woods, they would have had to like either know this person or whatever. Didn't get alerted to because we never heard them go off.
Well, even if you know that person, they're going to start barking
Well,
and
they would
just
have ran
hearing the
towards it or
noise.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
And
the
then been
case
like,
is.
"Oh, it's him. It's cool."
Which there's nobody there. 'Cause the brother had left. One brother cannot find his damn video like usual. God, tonight's just been weird.
I found mine.
Whatever. I don't believe until I see it. I got videos everywhere. That's the problem. We have too many videos and pictures of things that. Dang it! I hate this because you're not doing this on air. But are you sending it to me right now?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay.
It's there.
No, I just got it right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's the photo.
I'll keep looking for this video. Why?
Yeah, because that's a good video. Because if I remember right, if you've got the screen
There it
here,
is.
you
Just
don't
found it.
see it, and then it just goes like this, like right over it.
Right.
I've got a couple videos. Hang on one second here.
And just for all of you that are watching tonight, we did not go to the bathroom together. We were actually eating pizza on the side of the...
Whatever.
Speaking of that, why don't you grab another piece?
I'm sorry. Where did this pizza come from?
Because we do have Bob and Luigi's owner right here, so,
Yep, that's where we got it
Good
from.
stuff.
Well, crap. I'm trying to get this shit going and it's not letting me. Come on, bastard.
Watch language. Don't say that shit in here.
Mom's watching. Well, I was trying to download it.
My
quick.
mom
Hang
says so many things like that.
on. I met your mom. That's not true. She's a very nice lady.
Yes, she is.
Oh, wait till she gets mad.
Ooh.
But we're almost there. It's coming. It's downloading, guys. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I have a couple videos for it, and then I'll also send the picture over too, so we can see it.
Okay.
Because it's the aftermath that night that happened.
It's worth watching
Yep.
if everybody. Yeah, I can't talk. Everybody just sits tight. It's worth seeing because we were actually kind of scared after that. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if we were scared, but we were nervous. We actually called Callahan
yeah.
to ask him what we should do
And
because
also,
we
yeah.
were kind of worried about whether it was the former roommate, if there was
Right.
somebody that was out there on the property that didn't want us to be there,
Right.
because we're kind of in the woods. We're on a
We're up in the
Private
Ozark
property.
Mountains, yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of things going on, but it almost looked like a hatchet or a knife or something just took it out.
Sorry.
So
I was gonna say it also, that whole incident made it in this book, The Agony That Remains, that we promoted last week. Talks about the whole story behind that. Talks about this incident happening, amongst other things. So make sure you get a copy of this. Like I said, if you go to the ELP website, the link's there under me. I think it's under media. You can click directly to it and order a copy of the book.
Is Captain Carl and Cindy on?
I have no clue.
Okay, she was asking about that today, how to get that. So, Cindy, if you're
Like I said,
yeah,
if you're
just
watching-
Let me
message
know.
Leo.
Let me know. I can get you a copy too. I have some for sale myself. Oh god dang it! Come on. This thing's being a brat. It's just being real finicky. Not letting me send. Hold on.
probably has something to do with Tahlequah again.
Well, it doesn't freaking surprise me.
That or Callahan. Everything goes haywire. Is Callahan doing anything for the?
He'll be
Paracon?
back. He'll
Paracon?
be there.
Yeah, he's there. I'm sure he's got stuff going on.
Yeah, he'll probably do some more talks or whatever, because he'll probably be there selling the books also too, just so you know. But if we have them for sale also too, if you need a copy right now and you want to wait. God dang it! Sorry, this is pissing me off.
It's all right.
Well, I want people to see this because this is definitely.
I know. I think
In the
you got
meantime,
everybody.
I'm gonna have them play this part because this is a longer video, but it's definitely. Oh, what the hell is that? It's a longer video, not long. It's like 3 minutes, we'll say.
Okay.
This used to be, and some of it's on YouTube right now, but this is a longer version of the video. I don't know what to think about. This is Tahlequah also too. Tahlequah also. It's the infamous ghost lights we encountered in the cemetery, and let you guys see.
It
What
used
you
to
think.
be in our trailer.
Yeah, the old trailer. Is that you? Oh. So I'll play this video here in the meantime while I try to find the rest of the stuff I'm looking for. The picture and stuff and the video upload. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to kill our mics and away we go.
A bunch of solvents in the corner. Hang on.
Right?
Back there. What? Ground is so smushed up. Certain areas. I mean, we're walking right on grade.
I know.
I mean, that's,
I mean, no disrespect, you know.
no.
There's something back there.
Like that.
I will in a minute. Can't run from me. I see you. I see you back here. You can't run. What are you? I'm on falling something back here. Hey, what's that? What's that?
Whoa, where is that?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's a ball of light back in that corner. It just disappeared.
Oh, it's there.
I saw a shadow right before that back in that corner. on, who's back there?
I'm gonna take and set this one on top.
I just saw a red dot back
Did
in
you
that
look?
corner.
I saw one too, right
You
there.
see it? Let's see if there's anything back there. Oh shit. Grave. I'm so sorry. Give me a step on your grave. I apologize. Glad you saw what I saw.
Where did you see it?
Hold on. Did you hear that?
It was real faint under the wind.
Yeah, there's like a whew, something. I saw it back here, straight ahead. Of course, this is where I saw him before.
Yeah, the one I saw was.
There it is again, right there.
I think that's.
I saw the red light again. Did you hear what it said?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it is. I just saw the light. Whoa. Is that them walking up on us? Yeah, it is. Okay, I thought it was out in the field. What? Oh, I just saw something in the corner. Hang on.
Right?
Back there. Yeah. What?
The ground is so smushed up. Just certain areas. I mean, we're walking right on grade.
I know.
I mean, that's.
I mean, no disrespect, you know.
No.
There's something back there.
Like that.
I will in a minute. Can't run from me. I see you. I see you back here. You can't run. What are you? I'm on falling something back here. Hey, what's that? What's that?
Whoa, what is that?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
There's a ball of light back in that corner. It just disappeared.
That was right there.
I saw a shadow right before that back in that corner. Come on, who's back there?
I'm gonna take and set this one on top.
I just saw a red dot
Did
back
you
in that
look?
corner.
I saw one too, right there.
You see it? Let's see if there's anything back there. Oh shit. Grave. I'm so sorry. Give me a step on your grave. I apologize. Glad you saw what I saw.
Where did you see it?
Hold on. Did you hear that?
It was real faint under the wind.
Yeah, there's like a whew. Alright, we're back. So that was the ghost lights, the infamous ghost lights from Tahlequah that we captured. And, I've had a couple people over the years ask me if those were like lightning bugs. Okay. If they're lightning bugs, you're going to tell me they glow in green and red, number one.
Right.
And they move like that.
And they're not that color of green.
See, and the thing is, yeah, that's like a physical green. The camera we're using films in full spectrum, which is a purple hue. And when bugs show up on there, they show up glowing white, like you can see us moving around
Right.
glowing white. But the tint of purple, these are neither. These are bright red, bright green. Like we can see with our eyes. The thing that made me laugh is we would see them at times, and I'm like, oh crap, I see them, you know. And I'd be pointing this way, and then I remember Jeremiah go, yeah, they're over there. And he's pointing the opposite way, and then Renee or Jason would be there and go, no, they're over there. And it's like everybody's pointing like Scooby-Doo, different directions. It's like, but we're all seeing these damn things with our eyes.
Right.
And it's just like, well, and the one I played last week was orange, remember?
Right.
So there's different colors. I don't know what they mean as far as, I know some people have, not in this case with us, but over the years have considered them maybe swamp gas. Well, there's no swamp out there where we're at. We're in the cemetery. There's no swamp out there.
Swamp gas. Yeah, I always assume swamp gas is going to be more of like a a fume type thing, not
Mhm.
little balls of light that's flying around and stuff
Right.
like that.
So that doesn't really make sense.
So, and with that, is it that much energy manifesting itself out there? I mean, we see the red pin dots
right.
every so often inside a building or a
Right.
location and stuff, and I've seen green ones too. I've seen green ones inside of houses that we've investigated.
Now, see, the red ones I've always get like refuted or just, I mean, because I know if you go in a dark room, your cones of your eyes have to adjust the light and
Right.
you see a red tint. But we had been out there for I don't know how many hours at this point, and you're gonna tell me all of a sudden our eyes had to adjust, but we're seeing green also too in different colors.
Right.
No. And I know some people were trying to get us to say different things about them, but there was no lightning bugs. We didn't see one that night.
No.
Or that whole
no.
trip, matter of fact, because it was April, and could they have been out? Maybe.
I mean, we're wearing coats and stuff like that.
Right, because
now.
it's colder at night, yeah. So it's just, I mean, people can form their own opinions. People that made comments about the book online said, this is the greatest story ever told if it's real. It's real. We have evidence to back it up, audio, video, you name it.
Right.
It's just me. Callahan has this stuff that's never been shown. He showed us some things at the KC Paracon that I've never seen before, which was cool to see. But
Right.
there's a bigger picture, a bigger story that's never been out there. I mean, as far as other than aside from the book, video,
Which I hope
the
he
audio,
brings it. I
the
hope he
evidence.
brings it.
Yeah, because he's working on some stuff behind the scenes as we speak. Like Jason mentioned, it was brought on. What was the show called? Unexplained Files. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Unexplained, I think. Files, I believe. Anyways, they did a show on Discovery Channel, I think it was, or one of those channels like that. Destination America, I think it was. They did. Callahan was on there with Jael DePardo, who's famous in the paranormal world.
And I don't think the show's on anymore.
It's not. So-
I think it's just the unexplained or something.
Something like that. The Unexplained, yeah, you're right. Because Unexplained Files, the case is Darren Dito.
Yeah.
So that's why I get too confused.
I
But
know.
it's all right. But nonetheless, he was out there and took her in there, and they experienced some of the same stuff that we've talked about ad nauseum, prior to this and prior to him going out there, and he experienced himself with his crew and our crews, and she had to experience it firsthand. There's enough to where it freaked the shit out of her, and she wanted out of that place as soon as
Right.
possible, and I don't think has been back since, obviously. So,
Right.
to my knowledge, but I was able to get all that other stuff downloaded here, I believe. So we're talking about the infamous cord getting cut. We're
Yeah.
getting close to the end of the show here, so we'll end on that here shortly. But hopefully, I say that we'll see if we get them all ready and done, because tonight hasn't been good when it comes to this stuff. Things haven't been working right.
Oh, it's been a better night than.
Oh, it has, but just my luck, it won't play. So let me get these set up real quick here. In the meantime, what's coming up? Anything exciting before I get these videos going?
My goodness. So we have, God willing, if the
Right.
city allows it and people come out, we've got the Wichita Delano walking tour with Ghost Tours of Kansas. Going to be doing that March 28th, so that's coming up pretty quickly. Then after that, in June, we are going to be doing 2 nights
Hopefully.
in Nest City again. Hopefully, it's during their Pioneer Settlers Reunion Festival, which goes on for 3 nights out there for them.
Right.
For 3 days. We're only going to be out there Friday, Saturday, doing 2 nights inside the Bank Building, the Ness County Bank Building. That is a hell of an awesome place to go and investigate. We love it there. They love having us. I always tell everybody, at our events,
Right.
we say that nothing's going to happen and we're going to be okay and nothing's going to follow you. We wouldn't be bringing you in anywhere that's going to be, something's going to hurt you. And I remember Leo and I kind of going over that in that city at one of our events, and and then a couple of our guests who had their names called out in the spirit box
Right.
get shoved and fall down as they're trying to exit the basement
And quit the event
and quit the event. that
promptly
night.
after that. And
And they both had the same scratch on their arms.
same arm.
So,
Yep. So.
which was weird. We went outside and we talked with them for a while. Leo spent quite a bit outside
right.
with them as I went back inside. But It's a fun place. Nothing like that has happened since.
I haven't been back yet. That's why.
I know,
I'm kidding.
it's
I'm
all about
kidding.
you.
No, it's not. But it's just someone to stir shit up.
I know, but we've got that. Come out, join us.
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of festivities going on, festival stuff.
Yep.
From axe throwing to the beer garden to crafts and all kinds of activities there. And then later that night, we're going to be investigating with guests. You have to buy your tickets online. Contact the Ness County Bank building for those tickets.
Yep.
That is in June. Then July 31st, we've got our Kansas City
We
Paracon.
have.
Yeah, Kansas City
Too much
Paracon.
shit.
We're going to be there. We're doing our own booth.
Yep.
We are. It's going to be exciting. We're going to be. We're one of the sponsors for the KC Paracon, so you're going to see our symbol a lot everywhere.
Yep.
Very excited to be a part of that, and to man, I only got to do it one day last year, so I'm doing both. I
Yeah.
had to specially ask off for work for that, just so I can I can go.
You definitely don't want to miss it. It was so much
Yeah.
fun. It was worth it.
I showed up right as you guys were like locking up the building that day.
Day one. Yep.
People that are there, from TV celebrities to local, and I mean people from all over, who from the metaphysical aspect of stuff. MUFON, anybody
The
who
UFO.
likes
Yep.
UFOs
Network.
and aliens and stuff. She had a lot of questions for me last year about the connection between Bigfoot and UFOs and stuff, because she'd been out on a location. And
Right.
they were looking for the lights that had recently been seen, and they ended up having a Bigfoot encounter.
Right.
So
And you also have the Camp Crystal Mine down in Arkansas, which
hopefully they'll
has
be
UFO,
there.
Bigfoot, and
Yeah,
all
hopefully
that
they'll
stuff.
be here.
Paranormal.
Hopefully
I'm sure they'll come back again.
Okay, I hope so.
I saw Johnny Hauser's coming back again
Yes.
from the Liska Axe
Yeah.
house in Iowa.
He's
Liska
awesome.
Axe. Yeah, he's a cool dude. Which he just has a brand new podcast too. I'm not afraid to promote them. They're good
G-Crew.
friends of ours. G Crew. It's Johnny Hauser from Villisca Axe Murder House. It's Josh Hurd from, who used to be part of he still is, the Ectoplasm show that we got to talk on. He was there last year, Josh Hurd was, but he also does his own, what do you call it? What's the channel? It's not Voodoo, is it?
Oh, I forgot.
I can't remember. It's one of those channels where he has his own shows.
Yeah.
Also, Nick Groff is with him from Ghost Adventures fame to Paranormal Lockdown fame, and Chad Lindberg, the actor who is Fast and Furious. He's been on Supernatural, just to name a few. They're all doing a four-headed podcast. They interview, and they're interviewing some big time names, like anywhere from John Tenney to John Zaffis to, I can't remember who else. I've seen just a couple of them so far, but they're doing quite a few. So definitely check out the G Crew. We'll put a link hopefully on our page so you can go check them out too. They're good friends of ours. Like I said, we met them and we hang out with them occasionally when we get the opportunity to. So we'll get them on our show one of these days. Maybe we get all four of them. You never know. So stay tuned. Also too, like I said, this is what we're leading up to tonight. The infamous Tahlequah incident where Rose's first experience out there, where he got to go out, and we left early that day because once again our equipment got manipulated. So this is the video, this first clip. We'll do it in stages here. This first clip is the video of it's just from my phone. I shot it from my phone on the screen after the fact at my house to show the moment the wires get cut. So I'll play the video first, and then we'll kind of go step by step through the rest of it. Give me a second here, get everything loaded. And we are rolling. Yeah, got them on the team. Okay, so that's the moment you can see that little weed and it happens to be in the on camera where it starts shaking, whatever, and the screen goes black because that's when the camera cord got cut. Yeah, and that branch is in view. That the cord runs towards that weed, obviously, and it goes to the house, which is on the corner of the house. Like I said, that window's in view is because of the fact that that's where the brothers had lived in that room. One of the brothers slept in that room, had seen something coming past it. It's also the same room where we found the infamous voodoo doll that's in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pull it up fast enough. I'll try.
Don't
But
ever forget opening that closet door.
yeah, I mean, that's a big reveal, you know, that whole thing.
Right there staring at you.
I thought that's when you're gonna say that's when you came out.
He hasn't came out. He's still in denial.
The big reveal. In the closet.
Wow, that's
Took you a
good.
moment.
You guys are good.
We're almost.
Yeah, I'll find it some other time because I'm gonna go to the next thing. So this next thing coming up here is gonna be the moment. So I'll show you the picture of the camera. I promise I will. Let me get this out of the way here. I'll get my dumb head out of the way. So this is the camera that we used. Like I said, you see it on the tripod. The cables are down below, kind of right there. You can kind of see them there. The very bottom of the screen is the cables where they're attached. So they ran from behind the camera all the way down the tripod out in front of us towards that weed that moves.
Right.
So nothing unusual. This is taken right after the fact. We find out this camera's been cut. And I think Jeremiah and I checked this. This that you see on camera is 2:07 a.m. in the morning. I think we saw it at 2:20. So like less than 13 minutes after the fact. The thing I pointed out to Jason and wrote off air. You notice the timestamp on that video is March 15, 2015. 5 years ago to this day, this happened, which was bizarre. A weird coincidence. Who knew, right?
I know.
We're talking about Tahlequah. So I thought that was kind of neat. So there's that part. So let me show you the other part when the actual cord itself, the cut itself. 1 second here, it's coming up. I promise. Let me get the camera, let me get a better picture of it because it's gonna. So this is on the ground here after the fact. If that camera was cut. Those are some pretty goddamn good straight cuts. So I was thinking, is this an animal cutting this? No, animals don't cut that way unless they have razor sharp teeth that slice through that.
Right.
What you guys saw on camera.
Well, if I remember, you could see that.
It was pinched.
It was pinched like
Yeah,
that.
it is. I still have them somewhere. They're probably in. No, they're outside of my garage. Yeah, they. I have no answer to that because you can see where that right in screen. That's where that weed was moving. That's where they were cut. Nothing shows up. Nothing was recorded walking to up there. Nothing's recorded away. Obviously, once the feed goes away, it goes away. The sound does. But we also had Brandon's recorder
on the ground
that you captured us all night walking around.
Yep.
Except for this
and
moment.
He even said he went back to listen. There's nothing.
And Brent is the biggest skeptic of all of us.
Yeah.
So it baffled him. So, well, then we happened to go back and look at it. This is the camera Jason was talking about earlier that in the woods, as we were reviewing this footage, as we called Jason up to the house from Milwaukee, he's like, you guys got to come check this out. You're never going to believe it. We didn't tell them what was going on. They come running up to the house, see what our excitement was. Well, out in the woods, this happens live to us. Give me a second here. It's going to play. I promise. So once again, this is from the footage from my TV, whatever I'm watching. This is the camera in the woods. I believe you'll see it start shaking. This is the right. Hopefully, it's the right one. So. I believe. Yeah, you can see it start moving.
Yeah, see, we saw that and we beelined right over there to it.
I guess the timestamp says 2:18, so I was almost right. 2:20. I said 7 minutes later, so this happens shortly after.
Right.
We were ready to witness this.
And by now we were already running out there as fast as we could.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had just missed whatever did this within minutes.
Right.
Because Jeremiah went up there to just happened to notice the camera went away.
God, I was running like as fast as I could out there to it. Because for one, I mean, you're messing with our stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it made me mad. Really.
Right, yeah, I was pissed. Because right before that, earlier in the night, remember the camera had got knocked over
Yeah.
and broke the IR light, remember?
Oh,
And
man.
I was pretty pissed off as it was because of that. So it was not a good night that night for me.
Now, I'm really good at running into stuff, but I didn't do that.
That was none of us that did it.
That's just crazy. You're looping it?
Yeah, it loops.
Hey, what is that? All the way to the right on that picture.
What is what?
You see it? Not the camera. Is there somebody standing there?
No.
Move the
Shouldn't be. We were all inside.
move like you're gonna go look at the door because the door's right there to your right.
What door?
Move the whole screen that way towards you.
Hang on.
Hey, there's something with a bag. Do you see it? Sitting there. Somebody
Inside.
Oh, you're talking about in here?
right there.
That's not. Okay, hold on.
What is that?
Hold on.
Well,
yeah.
we're inside the house right there.
Okay.
That's not the actual house. That's my house back in Derby.
Oh, okay.
That's why
So
the
that was
screen
your-
is up.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's my house. There was a door. There was probably like
Okay.
trash. Mom told me to take the trash out or something.
Okay.
But somebody asked Chris, or I'm not sorry, Chris. Charles asked, "Is there a drag mark on the ground where the wires are cut?" There was
There
nothing.
was nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it was all
Wet.
covered in wet leaves and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yep. So,
And there was no footprint. There was no, and there
nothing.
that stuff was pretty tall. And you could, I mean, for
Yeah.
somebody to stand there and do all that would have left a spot.
Well, you would have saw them hunched down. They
Yeah.
Either that or they had to lay completely on the ground to try to get out of camera. And you don't know how far that camera's view is without going inside the house, which we had cameras shooting in the house, so we would have saw this thing or this person enter the house and
Well, we
nothing
would have
ever
heard
did.
it because if I recall, there was like 4 foot of trash that was from
Yeah.
the front. I mean, all the way. Remember?
Right. Because at this point,
There's no way you could get into that house.
Gerald's brother had left the property. He was already in hospice at this time,
Mhm.
and he wasn't living in the house. But it's just bizarre. I mean, the whole thing is bizarre because
Right.
we had no idea what the heck it was. Definitely wasn't. From what I can tell from camera, the audio, it wasn't human. It wasn't an animal. There's no jagged teeth marks. There was nothing. Because I combed that whole property, that back area, looking for any kind of thing, footprints, tracks, scat, anything, whatever I could
Right.
think of, trying to figure out what the hell cut my goddamn wires. 'Cause I was pissed, you know.
Right.
But then at that point, we made an executive decision to say, okay, guys, something's out here. We probably need to get the hell out of here because
Yeah, because we had so many cars, so much equipment. We just kind of thought maybe
yeah,
this was a warning.
yeah,
And if you don't, then we were worried about like our tires getting slashed
Right.
or whatever.
we're trying to
something
sleep
was-
out there, or something
yeah.
coming in and getting us,
Yeah.
whatever. So, nonetheless, it was bizarre. It happened. It made the book. It's one of the very last chapters in the book because I remember Callahan ends it and basically says, as I'm going, the story continues to this day or it goes on, whatever. As I'm leaving to drive back to Kansas City on one of my many trips, the guys from, the gang called me, whatever, said excitedly and told me this story about their cameras getting messed with, cameras getting cut. So it's very cool, man. Like I said, this story, it writes itself, man. There's so much shit that happens at this location. That's why it's one of our favorite topics. I'm glad we got to talk about it. And we haven't even touched the surface on this stuff. We could go on for 10 episodes straight about
Right.
this.
There's just, you don't
Oh.
need to say the name.
I'm
just-
sorry.
text
Before we
it
leave,
real
it's
quick.
getting late. Jason has sent me a picture right after that last camera moving out in the woods. I forgot about the picture. Give me a second here. I want to pull that up here for the viewers with the eye shine.
Well, I mean, if it's eye shine, I
Well,
don't know.
potentially, yeah.
I'm kind of skeptic on it, but everybody who has seen because
You blew it up, right?
I blew it up to it for an 8x10, and everybody who has seen it at all of our events points it out. They're like, "What's this over here in the corner?"
So get that pulled up on screen here. They can't see me. I guess I've been talking. Oh, I see it now.
Floating. head.
Okay. So behind Jason's right shoulder. Point over. Point.
Yeah,
You
over
can't point.
here.
Still can't point.
I can't.
Damn guy in straight arms.
So it's like
Nope. Come on, weatherman.
I'm not.
Oh, other way, buddy. There you
Yeah. So it's like right over here.
To your left.
Trying.
Hang
It's
on.
kind of work. Kind of
Let me
sucks.
do this.
But anyway, if you can see eye shine kind of off over here in this area, right off over here, that's what everybody's talking about. Is it? I don't know. Did it something back away from the camera in order to
There you go,
get
Jason.
off into the
Now you can
woods?
reach above your head.
Okay, so right up in here.
There's eye shine all up and down there. Yep.
Yeah. So was that something that backed off
Oh,
into the
coronavirus.
woods? Sorry.
Stop it, bro. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely something out there. This is taken. Well, you can't see the camera because Jason's blocking it. Right there is one of the cameras in the corner, shooting down this long trail. Now you heard me last week talk about. This is the same trail, the same trip that you had put the glow sticks up in the trees
Right.
because of the fact that Bigfoot or whoever
Possibly.
could
Yeah.
possibly mess with these things, attract them, whatever.
And I put him further down.
Yeah.
I put him wherever Brendan had said to
Right.
put him. I think we had some on the ground too, but
Mm-hmm. But, and then this is one of the trips later on. I'm like, oh, Jason put the infamous glow sticks up again, and that's when I read it out to you.
I swallowed them.
And
Now
a
it's
different
tickling.
time. And you said, oh, I forgot to do it. They're at my back at camp, whatever. So, but yeah, you can see the cameras pointing down there. Those two. Not only are they bathroom partners, like husband and wife, they fight. So you can see definitely some eye shine back there. Yeah, back in the woods. Those woods, like I said, this is
Right in that
Jason's
area.
closer. Those woods are the ones that infamous trail. We walked down one of the first times we went down there, and that's where we saw some of the footprints, and then we go off into the woods further to the. I think looking at this picture, it'd be to the right.
Didn't that cause you guys to run the glowing sticks
Yeah.
later that night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep. So, but as you can see, something's back there lurking.
I mean, something had to been out there to actually make it the camera move.
Right. You can see
You
it
know,
moving.
something was out there.
That was
Something
the
just
second camera.
cut our cords of the other camera. So something was out there. And when we came running out of that house to head to that camera,
Right.
to this camera,
Hmm.
over here, over there,
Good God.
it's weird.
It's opposite.
It's opposite what you think.
If you think it's
So
left,
it's-
go right.
So it's right here.
Further out.
You know, we ran out this way.
Hmm.
Something had to have heard us coming, and because I wasn't being quiet,
Right. No, we were barreling through there. You guys
and
were.
we were talking and you hollering at each other the whole way out there. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no
But
idea.
from the infamous sighting, the full-on sighting that Brendan and you had, when I finally showed up, and I'm just going to say it real quick, when we finally showed up and you guys were already, you know, worked up with what you had just seen, just heard, and all that, I'm standing there. I go off onto that trail just a little bit, and you followed me.
Yeah.
I walked down that trail a little bit right there. Yeah. So
Better
it's-
picture of the eye shine.
Yeah, so it's right up there. A little further into kind of in the middle.
So Jason can reach it better.
There it is, right here.
How to move it clear over so he can reach.
So
Oh,
yeah,
back
so
and
right
see
right there.
Yep.
And you know, it looks like a cold front coming in, you know. So. But it's just crazy. So when you guys had seen the figure in 2016 when we were out there with the RV and all that stuff.
Right.
When I finally showed up about 2 in the morning or so, that was me breathing.
Absolutely.
I shined my flashlight off into the woods and stuff, and I saw the same kind of eye shine,
Yeah.
you know, in the woods and stuff.
Charles asked, or said it's a raccoon. I don't.
Well, the eye shine is pretty big,
I didn't know. I'm trying to think.
and I didn't hear shit. I didn't hear any noise out there whatsoever.
I don't know. I don't see.
I mean, can I say 100% is it a raccoon or not? No, I can't. But we not once ever did we see a raccoon out and about in the area. Marvin's never talked about him.
I've never seen one out there. Matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean,
I never have. Well, and we asked him too if he's got critters running around out there. And he
Right.
said no,
Not really.
because the dogs usually keep most of them
Right.
True.
away.
Because the dogs were out there. The dogs were right there. If there was a raccoon messing with it, those dogs would have been all over.
Yeah, exactly. I have no clue. It's one of those mysteries that I have no clue. I have no answers to. That's why we keep going back to this place as much as we can when we can. Fortunately, it's under lock and key right now due to some legality issues, but
How long is that gonna last? I don't get it.
it's resolved, I guess. So,
Good answer there, Leo.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
good.
the obvious answer. There is no end table, unfortunately.
Hey, real quick.
Nope.
Shout out to I don't want to say her name, but the lady that we went to investigate at El Dorado's said hi, and she said that as soon as we started talking about her place a little bit, that same loud bang that she got out by the doors is happening again.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Once again,
she wants us out there quickly.
she's miles away from us, and yet we're talking through a TV, whatever, or through the social media here, and
Go figure, right?
this thing knows that we're talking about it apparently because it's moving around. So once again, does it? Are they smart enough to know, or does it? I mean, does it linger with us? Basically, I don't know what the answer is or what the question really is, but does this stuff have that capability? Is it that intelligent enough to know? We're talking about it.
Stuff
from
like
miles
that
away.
has to, because every time we have a certain person that we bring up on here,
Mhm.
and even try to hang out on our show at all, everything goes haywire.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And the same thing with when you start doing a lot of stuff with Tahlequah.
Yeah. Not so much tonight though. Thank goodness we made it to the end.
Yeah.
Until I probably spoke too soon. So.
We're 15 minutes over.
Yep. We're gonna go ahead and end it tonight. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this because this is
fun.
This is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause you never know what you're gonna get until you try. We hear all the claims from clients, and sometimes we think, okay, some of those sound a little bit too crazy, but then we go and experience things, and sometimes we capture more than they even anticipate. So but we never know until we try. So we take all claims seriously. We do interviews with them. We go out there and investigate, and then we always give them evidence.
Right.
So, yeah, this is why we do it. But I'm out of breath. I'm tired. It's time for me to end this.
All right.
But before we go, once again, make sure you like, subscribe. If you like this episode, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it across everywhere. Share it to random strangers. I'm just kidding. Share it with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
post it
true.
to your page if you want to. If you like what we do, support us, please. We appreciate it. If you ever want to hear anything, like anything we want to talk about, if you have any suggestions, let us know. We can talk about pretty much everything. So there's nothing off the table. So just let us know. Make sure you hit that little bell, whatever. Once again, turn notifications on. That when we go live, you go live with us. And we're almost to that 100th episode. We have to figure out something special, guys, because now we're 2 away almost. So it's coming up.
Yeah,
So
it'll work. We'll make it
we'll
happen.
get there. Yep. So.
It might have to be on a Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. You never know. So that's why you gotta hit the little notification because you never know when we're gonna jump on. So as 100. All right, y'all. Well, for sure we'll be back. Hopefully, barring any setbacks. Hopefully the coronavirus stays away. I mean, it's a serious matter. It is what it is. But just y'all be safe out there. Quit hoarding the damn toilet paper.
For God's sake.
And quit buying all the freaking hand sanitizer, you guys. You guys don't realize it's antibacterial. Well, this is a virus. It does you no freaking good.
No good. Way to spin
You
that
gotta
right.
you gotta have microbial. That's the type you need, not this freaking antibacteria. Anyways, soapbox rant over. We'll see you guys next week from Cryptic Heartland Podcast. I'm Leo. You got Jason. You got Ruth. We'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you.